live. Let's go.
Alright, last we had left off our adventurers, they were completing the trials of the Frost Maiden. Ferrando died to a group of vultures and one very powerful enemy, as they were trying to protect a child that was blessed by the Frost Maiden. Adrigas got teleported back unconscious, and Adrian stabilized him after hearing the sound come from the other side of the door. From there, they waited around for the others to return from their trials. Karn returning 14 hours later, and then they waited around for Isaac to make his way back from his trial. After waiting around for several days, they decided, well, maybe he's not making it back. We should just complete this trial ourselves. And that was after Adrian, Velen, and Karn had decided to redo the trial of preservation, where they obtained a royal griffin after fighting some Remorazes. Well, more so running from some Remorazes. From there, after entering the trial of isolation, they sat around with a magical blizzard preventing them from, well, remembering most things if they managed to go missing, while also stealing away a few members each night. On the final day, you all came back and found out that you had helped the Tiger Tribe raid the Elk Tribe. With the expertise of one of the Elk Tribe's members, they were able to perform a larger raid than they would have otherwise been able to accomplish. Upon returning, you guys then got whooshed back and opened up the vault that contained the Codicil of White. There, Velen took up the book and read out the rhyme of the Frost Maiden as Isaac made a dark pact with a new sword. All the characters changed from the events of the trials, then began making their way back to Ongajuk, so they can make their way back to Revel's End, and that's sort of where we left everybody off. So as you guys come up to the dock of Revel's End, and you guys get off the ship, get off of Ongajuk and onto the dock, you can see a guard talking to a woman, not really talking, more so arguing. You are stowaway on that ship. There's no way that you would be a member of Helm's Hold.
You know this is just simply solved with the Zone of Truth, correct?
Regardless, you were stowaway.
Indeed I was, on noble duties.
Does anyone...
Should I reach out to the Lord's Alliance? Would you feel more comfortable berating them?
You believe that the Lord's Alliance... well, if you'd like, we can retrieve the Warden and he can verify your claim.
Lady Dorabella, is that you?
Isaac Ilvestar. What are you doing in the Dale?
I could ask the same thing of you. What brings you to this frigid north?
I wish it were good news. Probably best we don't speak of it here. I'll tell you if we can get a moment alone, but first I would like to just say, goodbye, God. I'm here and there's nothing you can do about it, unless you want to try.
Sir, I can vouch for her. As a member of the Lord's Alliance, she is a member of the Order of the Gauntlet, and is welcome, at least as my guest, if not as yours.
As you say, Lord Elvastar, give me just a moment while I retrieve the Warden. I want to hear the news. Then Ian, go ahead and please describe your character for the rest of the party.
Sure. The sword, shield, and armor look like they're really, really well taken care of, but you can clearly see marks of battle and combat. Her hair is a brown, curly, really luscious set of hair. She has blue eyes, and she holds herself a little bit less chest popped out than Ferrando and a lot of other nobles. Yeah. And she turns to Isaac and says, "Thank you."
By all means, we have much to discuss. I fear let's get inside. There's plenty to discuss once we're inside.
Yes, I'm afraid that's true.
As you all are talking, you guys see the warden coming down on the long lifts, that's where we're being hoisted down by people cranking at the top. She comes down, approaches. A member of Helmsfold, if I understand. You ordered the gauntlets?
One of the few left, yes.
Can you present your symbol to me, please?
Absolutely. I provide the symbol, which is a rosary with the sign of Helm on it.
This looks to be in order. I'm not sure why my god gave you so much trouble. Though, unfortunately, I will have to pay the ship that you stowed away on.
I promise you, Warden, there's grave news that justifies it. I would never have done it otherwise.
In any case, these lovely adventurers that stand behind you, the wayfaring strangers, they just returned from the island of Solstice. Speaking of which, where is the young Lord Hawkwinter?
Grander was with you. Where is he?
This is the news that I had hoped we would share inside. Brando was claimed by the trials of the Frost Maiden. We were not able to claim his body, as it's probably somewhere in the Dale.
What do you mean, somewhere in the Dale? If he was claimed by the trials, we can go back and claim him back.
It doesn't seem so cut and dry, lady. I do apologize. From what my compatriots have told me, these trials are not random, but they do transport you to various places throughout the Dale. Likely not the same place twice.
How many times have you tried? Did you go through the door once, twice, thrice?
Adregast, this seems up your alley more than mine.
Was any of you there? Tell me exactly what happened. Don't leave out a detail.
Inside, shall we?
I want to know right here, right now. I've had to run from grave dangers, and my heart cannot handle waiting anymore. Where is Ferrando?
Well, you might want to sit down, though.
You at least know. Do you at least know where his body is? The Grand Cleric of Kendall's Keep, Simon, he owes me a favor. If we just retrieve any part of Ferrando, we can have him back.
Well, if I knew where he was, I'd be headed there now. I've gone over it in my mind over and over again. Best I can figure out, we were teleported somewhere within the tundra of Icewind Dale. I haven't the faintest idea where, and we were tasked with saving a member of the last remaining member of some tribe that was supposedly blessed by the Frost Maiden, as was the purpose of the trial, and we were unsuccessful in the task, and I did my best to keep him alive, but he died, and I was almost killed myself shortly after, before I, for some reason, was teleported out of the trial.
You couldn't find his body?
No, lady, get over it. Unfortunately, he's dead, and there's nothing that we can do. We have more important matters like this rhyme to handle. You can grieve later.
I should introduce Velen, I presume. She has been a guide and a useful ally over our past few 10 days of adventure and travel and travail across some decent threat, much of which we will discuss. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Inside, over a drink, I think that might be best.
As regards, we have much to discuss ourselves, the warden speaks up.
I nod.
Adrian's confused. Did something happen? Aside from one person dying after hundreds of people died when the dragon attacked the 10 towns?
So for the first time, Dorabella seems to notice you, Adrian, and then she gets kind of down on your level. Child, what are you doing in this part of the Dale? You're a little young, aren't you?
Oh, I apologize, Adrian. Not the first person to make this mistake, I assume.
The child packs more of a punch than you would probably believe.
Adrian's
Might
gonna
I
go
see
to
your
her room.
hands, little one?
No. And I'm gonna walk past. Adrian really dislikes nobles.
Our kind are not necessarily respected up here. I do apologize. Lady Dorabella, Lady Hawkwinter, I do apologize for you not finding the warm reception that should have been afforded you. We should speak to it, maybe over dinner.
I think I'd like to be alone for a little bit.
Take all the time you need. Lady Warden, I assume we're welcome again.
Unfortunately, this time I only have enough food to support you for 2 days and nights. The ship that just came in was missing a few more boxes than we had anticipated.
Well,
So
then
like
we will...
2 days and nights, but no more.
Alright, well then I guess we'll need to be down to business and move along as we can.
Yes, food sounds good.
Anything will do. Thank you very much.
Alright, back on the lift.
Yep. I guess we'll all head inside.
It's sort of like cramped up on this lift. It's sort of like a cramped elevator at this point. Like if you've ever been inside an elevator with 7 people, it's pretty cramped. Or is it 8?
Are we supposed to
No,
be on the island map still? Or does it not matter?
no, you are not supposed to be. In fact, I've been moving tokens to like represent who's speaking. So
Well, I apologize for not saying something soon.
Yeah. We all cram in, I guess.
yep, and then the lift goes up.
Go ahead. I'll take next lift. I just stare intently at Isaac.
We'll be back for you. Don't wander too far off.
You don't.
I'm on the lift with Adragas then.
All of you sort of like cram onto the lift, except for
Yeah.
Karn, who like waits down below for the next one.
Yeah, I was just off to the side, so that way I wasn't overlapping tokens. So
Right, and then I can just move you guys all at once over to the dining hall, because that's where I assume you guys are going.
I think Dorabella said she was going to go to her room.
She is shown to her room.
oh, you should Control Z Dorabella's token so we can kind of see what she looks like.
Oh, I already did.
Oh, we didn't see it.
Yeah, none of us were on the map.
It should do it globally, not just on the one map.
I didn't even see it.
It
Yeah.
didn't.
Didn't see it either.
Yeah, it was supposed to do it as like as he was describing Dorabella. I pulled it up. So.
Yeah, none of us were on the map, so we didn't see it.
Yeah, it was supposed to show globally, not just on one map.
Unlucky.
Got it. Cool.
Thank you,
Oh,
Rose.
that's a way to botch an intro, huh?
All right. Blame roll 20.
It probably was. Oh, so what do you think of our new Lady Hawkwinter?
What do you mean our?
Oh,
What are you saying?
I don't know her. I don't trust her.
she is a very capable fighter. If I recall correctly from my time in Waterdeep, she was a fencing master and trainer at her father's at her father's academy. So she would be a wonderful addition to our troop.
Overly emotional people don't usually hold a very high place in the Dale.
I
You
believe
should know that of all people.
Touche, touche.
We've seen hundreds of people die.
Yes, and hundreds more will die if we don't get this finished. And if we don't have the people to get it finished, then the hundreds more, thousands more will continue to. So, what I say is that if she's willing, she might be a boon to our cause. Would you agree?
If she's a capable fighter, I concur.
If she can hold it together.
Maybe we test her. Might be a good emotional, I don't know, outlet for her once she's come out of her room. Why did I be interested in seeing where I am now?
You two fight then.
Oh, Colin, how was...
Don't see his token.
Right here.
Oh, okay, you're like underneath the R6 marker, so I can see you.
Adrian's not just questioning her fighting ability, more so her mental fortitude.
Her intent. What's her intent?
Can she
here
kill?
for us.
She can kill, I'm sure. She's
Well-
a member of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Could she kill you?
Probably.
Would
Um,
she be able to?
I'm squishy. I'm a sorcerer.
No.
Would
She
she be
knows
able-
you.
Vaguely. It's not like we were best friends or grew up together. Everybody knows each other in certain circles in Waterdeep. I knew of her. I may have seen her once or twice at a ball, but never really spoke with her. I just know of her and her family, that's all.
Ah, Adrian doesn't really get that.
Understood. It's a different social dynamic than up here, and I can understand that and appreciate it. It's complicated. If you ask me, it's too complicated and leads to very messy relations. But
Oh,
we're all intermarried. When you look back of 10 generations, everyone's married another family.
regardless, whether I believe it would come down to whether or not she can hold herself together. If she'll fall apart at any moment's notice due to her pain of losing Ferrando or whatever else it might be at the time, then she's of no use to joining us.
I dare say I'm more.
Out of your eye, Dorabella coming out.
That's fine. I wouldn't have
I
stopped
dare
talking.
say I'm more useful than you, wizard. Where were you when Ferrando died? By your side, yes?
I would have died along with him had the
But you didn't, coward. Now, arm your words. You want to see if I'm capable. Grapple check. Hold on.
no. I didn't. I'm not resisting anything right now, but like, oh wait. Wait.
I'm just gonna hold him by the collar. Really.
Okay, that's fine. And I'll just let her grab me, whatever. And I'll, look at her plainly. I had no choice in the matter. For some reason, I got teleported back, and he did not. I didn't have a choice. I spent every ounce of magic I had in an attempt to save Ferrando.
As a magic
We were
user myself,
we were overwhelmed with the amount of enemies because we were in a rush because of the little time that we thought we had.
So Ferrando died to your incompetence, and you feel bad, and therefore you question mine. That's called projecting, wizard.
It's not exactly how.
Lady Hawkwinter, I think you've made your point. I understand your emotional connection, I believe. Now, I do wonder what news you bring of Waterdeep. You said you had things to discuss.
Yes. I saw Garen and a masked lord of Waterdeep discussing resurrection of Asmodeus. In Garen's hand lied some bizarre frozen weapon with a lotus instead of a heel. When I went to go farm the Order of the Gauntlet, an entire battalion was sent. I was not but 15 minutes behind them. I arrived and they were all frozen.
Isaac leans further against the wall.
Something funny.
As you mentioned them all being frozen, sort of a blue mist sort of begins trickling from the sword at Isaac's side.
Isaac, care to tell me the origin of that sword? I'm going to use Divine Sense and detect good or evil.
Oof.
Yeah, just link it
can
in
we
chat.
either link those? Yeah.
It's I believe it's either you sense consecrated or desecrated items or areas, and
I think
then
it's only fiend something. Hold on.
well then
Uh,
you do detect consecrated or desecrated items or areas too,
And then,
but it's also creatures that are fiends or celestial fiends or undeads.
Oh, you're gonna get a fucking yin yang vision right there.
Warding, hold on. Is it protection from good and evil where you get to detect shit?
No, divine sense is it? Like right there.
No,
So
there's another spell. Like Divine Sense doesn't do location.
It depends. Do you have it prepared?
I should have.
What spells you have prepared?
detect good and evil is similar to divine sense, yeah, but it's a little bit different.
It's just a tiny bit different.
And I don't believe you have detect. Yeah, you have protection from evil and good. But
Yeah, but I think I didn't realize I didn't have detect. All right.
Yeah.
On Divine Sense.
So, any celestial.
Divine sense, you see Isaac himself sort of glow like a bright yellow, and that's all that you see.
Isaac, what's happened to you?
Did you not know of my birthright before you... Or did no talk of my birthright ever hit your ears from old Garen?
No, Garen made his time with Ferrando. Besides, I don't recall you ever having this aura about you, let alone a blade that produces a chill.
Well, the blade is a relatively new addition, but I have... Alright, sit down, story time everyone. Let's talk of my celestial heritage. My mother's side of the family comes by way of from Mulhorand, where they descend.
Isaac, I'm going to have to cut you
Time.
off because I know how long you tend to go about these things.
My
Long-
Where
great,
did the
great, whatever.
blade come from?
I am a scion of the flame of Corlon,
Yes. Where did the blade come from, Isaac?
the island.
I'm gonna pipe in. It was found within this tomb in the Frost Maiden's castle.
Perhaps there's a link between the rhyme of the Frost Maiden and Asmodeus.
Well,
Regardless, it is a fine tool that I think will be useful for us to end this rhyme, and then possibly even, if what you're saying is true, go after your beloved father.
Karn shouts across the room. There was a voice spoken when I picked up the blade.
What kind of
Very-
voice?
I didn't.
Soldier, pardon me, that's rude of me. Warrior, what is your name?
Karn.
I didn't hear a voice when you picked it up, Karn. Are you sure you
Adrian
heard
the
something?
voice when she picked it up.
And what did you all hear?
It told me that if I would accept its power,
Have
or
Do-
accept it,
do I know?
male voice.
Do I know anything about sentient weapons? Or can?
Yeah, everybody knows that there are some weapons that have sentience.
Okay.
It'd be rare, but they do exist, and everybody would know that they exist.
Okay.
Just most of them are swords of legend rather than actual practicality.
Right. they're swords that you always hear about, but you never actually see.
Correct.
Adrian was told that she was too cunning to possess the sword.
And
And right you are. You are a great and cunning monk,
gonna-
if I recall correctly.
I'm gonna walk up next to the warden and look over to Isaac. And you, Isaac, what did you hear?
The same, naturally.
And
And yet the blade is with you.
Yeah. It is a tool. My will precede it, and it will be used to end this ride.
when I don't remember if he answered out loud or in his head. When he picked up the sword, did he say yes, I will out loud in the chamber? Did we
No.
all hear that, or was that in his
It
head?
was in his head.
Okay,
It was a telepathic response.
got it.
Well, Adrian could assume
So
that you accepted it
Yeah.
because it tried to freeze Adrian when she touched it.
Isaac,
That's
I hope
quite
you know what
cool.
you're doing.
Well,
do you know what downsides often come with blades such as that? Sentient
As much as
weapons are powerful, but they all come at a cost.
do not speak to me of consequences, wizard. I understand, and I'm willing to take the risk.
I'm not so sure you do.
Do you know of my family? Do you know of the ridiculous things that have occurred? Sometimes with swords, sometimes with sentient magic, sometimes I don't know what. I have studied my family's history, and I will only use this for the betterment of my family.
I'm sure
And I
Garen
accept
felt
the
the same
consequence.
way, Isaac.
I am not Garen.
I hope you won't.
Either way, it is a tool that we can use, hopefully, against the Frostmaiden, assuming it wasn't forged by her.
There's no way of knowing without more details. If only we had some sort of source of information.
So, Isaac, have you chatted with the blade at all?
Briefly.
Did it tell you anything? Anything useful, perhaps?
Just that there is someone on our journey who needs protecting, and it is my job to keep them out of harm. That's all.
Ah,
Did Adrian?
how graciously vague.
Absolutely agreed, wizard. Perhaps a zone of truth, just so everyone has a bit more confidence.
Certainly.
It takes 10 minutes to kind of prepare and draw the circle. But
Is Zone of Truth a ritual spell?
I think so. One action, duration 10 minutes.
Duration 10
last
minutes,
turn.
yeah. You want to look at the
Casting
casting
time,
time, but
One
It-
action, yeah.
yeah, and it's not a ritual. Okay, so it just takes an action to cast, and then it lasts for 10 minutes as long as you hold concentration.
Do paladins even have ritual casting? I don't think they do.
You can always take.
I would say yeah. You don't. They don't have it by default, but you can take ritual casting as a feat.
I think Fine Steed is.
How do I whisper a roll?
Slash W, or you can just toggle it on your character sheet.
Well,
Under your settings on the character
To-
sheet, there's an option for one of the gears where you can toggle.
Okay.
or if you just want to whisper like a general like dice roll, you can do /GM roll, and then like whatever like 1d20 or 1d6 or whatever you want to roll, and it'll just
Got it.
Here, I can turn it on for you.
If not, they're on the dice little bar. If you click the GM button and type in whatever dice you want, it'll send it directly to GM or DM.
Okay.
Alright. Zone of Truth is up.
yeah, okay, yeah, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So.
Inside.
Sorry, I'm
inside,
I'm
right?
going through it, so just wait for just a second.
Sure.
Query. There we go.
Are you centering it on yourself?
Or no, is there toggle?
Okay.
Yeah, whisper toggle.
I think
So-
You can just click on
It's a
to
fif-
GM and-
Ah,
So he's already in range then. It's a
Um,
15-foot radius from wherever it's centered.
okay.
So pretty much everyone right here is all everyone but Karn's within the zone of truth right now.
Oof. Yeah.
So you can and if you want to attempt to resist its effects, you can. You have to roll a wisdom save,
That's
charisma save.
And I'm going to. 1 second. 1 second. Where is the thing that is
I'll just.
appropriate for
I mean,
this?
I don't have any. Well, actually, I was gonna say I don't have anything to hide, but from this new person, I do.
Isaac also didn't know, so.
Yeah,
Isaac was never informed.
yeah.
Alright.
So I will roll a charisma save.
What?
Damn.
What were we informed of? Or not informed of?
No,
Yeah.
Isaac never knew that Miranda was the heir of Algondar.
Did I pass?
You did. It's only DC 13.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it, Andrew.
So I'm just trying to add that
Yeah,
2d4.
go ahead and roll it.
Nope, that's not going to be enough. Oof, that's unlucky for me.
So Isaac, if we could just get maybe a little test.
Oh, and also, as the spell states, just an FYI, you know whether a creature succeeded or failed on its saving throw.
Oh, cool. All right.
So you know that Adrian succeeded, I failed.
And I failed as well.
So,
Hmm. Well, Isaac, you are the primary focus of this. What did the blade tell you?
It told me that it requires sustenance, and that it requires those who have wronged the Frost Maiden, or who have been touched by the Frost Maiden. I misspoke. It has a bit of a grudge against her, and that there is someone, I believe named Avarice, who I have to protect.
and the
When you
truth
say
comes out.
sustenance, what do you mean by sustenance?
Typically, when a blade means sustenance, it means it wants the blood of that person or being or whatever it is.
Well, it's lucky that we're going after the Frost Maiden because it wants its followers' blood, I guess. Makes it a good vengeful sword for purposes.
And
I
what?
can agree with that.
Yes, I think we can all agree with that. My curiosity was what happens when all of it ends.
Don't know. Sorry,
Does it matter?
I believe it does. Yes. And, Wizard, while I have you for a moment, I have a question to ask of you. Brando was a bastard, but he knew where his parents were. Did he ever tell you? Or do you know of it at all?
I was gonna say, as far as I know, just before I answer this question out of character, Ferrando. Did Ferrando know that he was the son of Algondar before I told him?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. The Harpers told him.
Right. Oh boy, here we
Dylan
go.
also told him.
Fuck me. It all comes out.
You can be evasive in your answers as long as you remain within the boundaries of truth.
Right.
The question was directed very specifically. Ferrando was a bastard. He knew the lineage of his parents. Did he tell you, or did you know?
I was aware of it, yes.
Oh, speaking of which, you're not the only one that can ask questions. Who were his parents?
Enough! I dispel the zone of truth.
That is a
Um,
decent question, though. There's all this talk of parentage. I've shared mine. Couldn't be harmful to share that of one already dead.
Hold on. I need to whisper. I need to whisper to someone.
People could use my parentage to blackmail me. How harmful must it be for someone probably 6 foot covered in snow?
Because Ferrando is not the only member of that family alive.
So that means that the heritage matters, because when you say someone else is alive, that tends to reconcile with aspects of inheritance and such.
No, there is no good inheritance for my child.
Oh. Well, that changes things.
Yes.
And as I message people telepathically, I'm just staring for a response. If I get one.
Just 1 second. I just looked something up. You can't dispel Zone of Truth once it's been cast.
I can. Isn't it a circle? I can just fudge the
It
circle.
is, but it's not concentration, and you aren't able to change its location once it's been cast. And you aren't able to stop concentrating on the spell to drop the spell or dispel it once it's been cast. Once it's been cast, it remains in place until the duration runs out.
Ooh.
You sure?
Yep, I just looked it up to make sure.
You can step out of the zone of truth.
Yeah, I'll say I can easily do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna also join that because like. Yeah.
I'll step out because I'm evading that question for sure from Velen.
And I answered honestly in what has happened so far. So.
Unless everybody is away, sick. I think Our Lady Hawkwinter had a dalliance with Ferrando and carried his child.
Well, Isaac, you are quick, aren't you?
Inheritance is a noble's bread and butter. What can I say? Laws of
Yes.
inheritance, at least.
And I have none. I'm gonna put my hand on Adragast's shoulders. You and I must talk. In detail. I want to know everything that happened with Ferrando.
I also need to be there. The warden speaks up.
Well, one at a time, I think. Warden,
Uh,
I will speak with you first. In your office, please.
Adragast, you are quite the popular person.
Shut your mouth, Isaac. This doesn't concern you.
Age will do
Adrian
that
come
for you
too?
first, old man.
What did you say?
Can Adrian come too?
No, I was talking. I did hear that, but before I respond to that, I didn't hear what Isaac said.
Age something
I-
first.
I said age will do that to you first, old man.
No response to Isaac, and looking to Adrian. Sorry, this is a private conversation, Adrian.
What are you keeping from us, Adragast?
You already know some of it, but it needs to be kept on a tight leash. Remember?
Adrian
Are we
thought we
sure
were
this is
all...
about that, or is this about something else?
About my child.
Could you be plotting?
Plotting.
Why do you
A
seem so?
newborn babe. We're concerned about the child's future.
Why do you seem so
without-
suspicious all of a sudden, Karn? You're usually we've been through a lot together. You don't trust me by now?
I have my reasons for holding my doubts. I don't know if I can trust any of you right now.
You don't trust Adrian.
You will have to prove your worth. I don't know if I can trust any of you right now. Especially after that, which happened.
When I was in Neverwinter, the wayfaring strangers were supposed to be formidable.
And look at this, we are falling apart at the seams.
Well, Torabella, wait here or wherever. We can have a guard bring you up to the office after the warden and I have discussed what we need to, and we'll bring you in on the conversation.
So long as my child is in consideration, fine.
One thing at a time.
Fair enough.
And I want to walk up. And I want to walk with the warden to the warden's office.
Isaac, care to pass the time with a little duel? Just for fun.
I thought you never would ask. I've been meaning to try out this new sword. I'm not very used to those pointy things. I'm much more used with my wand. Could be interesting, especially you, Grant.
Yay, okay.
Tell me in detail what happened with the young lord. I cannot be tasked with the death of a king being on my hands.
It's not on your hands. It's on our own.
I let you go. I was foolish enough to trust two young lords to go out into the Dale, and now I'm facing the consequences.
Ferrando died due to us as a group being hasty. Had we...
Now I have two more young lords here. Well, one more, and then the other one who was apparently neglectful enough to let the son of a king die.
Let me explain to you the situation we were in, and what we knew at the time, and why we made the decisions that we did. We infiltrated the island, and we knew we only had a limited amount of time before the Frost Maiden returned. As far as we knew, we only had 8 hours. We made it to the area where we knew where the Professor Orb said the vault was. There was a chamber with 4 doors that somehow magically led to, I'm assuming, other parts of Icewind Dale to take part in these trials that the Frost Maiden had set up in order to... And those trials were the key to the vault that was holding the caudicle, as well as that magical sword that Isaac has. We'll get to that later. And we, not knowing beforehand, we assumed we were on a time limit. So we split up into groups of 2, me and Ferrando, Adrian and Velen, and then Karn and Isaac were confident that they were strong enough on their own to do the other 2.
But did you think about how long these trials might take before you decided to go and take them?
Again, we were in a dangerous situation on the island of a god, of all things.
That shouldn't stop your brain from working.
Our brains were working. Again, we were in a hurry. We didn't know how long these trials would take. We wanted to get them done as quickly as possible, hence why we split up to try to accomplish them and get off the island before she came back.
Well, now the blood of the young lord is on my hands.
It's not on yours, it's on mine.
The Lord's Alliance won't see it that way, Adjagast. I've already sent word that a son of Alagondar had been found. And now what am I supposed to tell them? That he's dead?
No. You tell them that the son of Alagondar, there is still another. Remember that
It doesn't matter if the woman had a child.
That child is still has Alagondar blood.
And how many years will it be before it comes to fruition? How many opportunities will never ever have to kill a child that small? Where even is the child?
I'm sure Dorabella knows, and then that's something we're going to have to talk about when we bring her up here. She's likely hidden the child as she cares for it. And I don't know if she knows of Never Ember's treachery, but she likely has good reason to hide the child from her enemies.
Is she even aware of Miranda's heritage?
I have no idea. I have suspicions that she might, due to the question that she asked me downstairs. I don't know what Ferrando may have told her.
I don't know what I'm supposed to tell the Lord's Alliance.
Well, if... I'm trying to handle this as best I can. but if we the best way I can say is she obviously Dorabella obviously cared for Ferrando, and she had a favor with the priest.
As you're mid-sentence, the warden takes the tankard off her desk, slams it down, and then slams the cup down and leaves the room. As she leaves, she curses in Dwarvish.
Fucking A. Why do we always have to come back at the worst times?
So
Frozen
while
stick.
Watch as the warden and Chad come back from the center of the event. And you watch as the warden walks over to the barrel of ale that Karn had drug over before, dips her teeth in and takes a giant swig of it. And then she calls over to you, Karn, speaking in a language that you don't understand.
I will respond in giant.
Well,
Drinks. Yes, drinks.
yeah, sure.
So while you two were gone, we were going to start doing a little bit of like a duel slash like a little bit of a. It's not a.
It's just
sparring.
drills. It's just
Drills and spars.
yeah.
Sparring.
Well,
So
mid-conversation, the warden's friend interrupted us, so we'll have to wait until later.
What friend?
She has a ghost inhabiting her body that she's allowed to take control for a couple hours every day.
Is everyone in the Dale this curious?
Oh yes.
Adrian had a ghost in her body once.
It's a very different area up here. I suggest you get used to it quickly, if you're going to be with us.
Welcome to the
Oh.
Dale. If you wish to survive, you have to be quick, and, well, we need you to kill the Frostmaiden.
So let's get down to it, Lady Hawkwinter. Show me what you taught in that grand academy of yours.
I'm going to casually walk past them and just go into my room.
Hardly grand, Isaac. It's
Does
not
Ellen
normal.
think of this?
I didn't hear the argument they were having before they decided to
Oh,
have a
They
duel.
just wanted
I
to.
just wanted to have fun to pass the time.
It seemed like you guys wanted to kind of test your own skills against each other.
I was more just bored.
Oh. Okay. I guess. Maybe for another time. And then I sheathe the sword.
Yeah, I do always love going over drills.
And it was interesting you showed me that that parry maneuver.
Yes, it isn't one I employ often. It's very specific use case. If someone has a shield, they can, well, block the foot, and it ends up being kind of risky, but anyway, going on. And yes.
It's good to see someone familiar again. Even if we weren't close. I am beginning to miss southern hospitality in the Waterdeep.
I must admit, it is good to see you, Isaac.
Out of character, did we update Denny's token to his artwork one?
Oh yeah. You're supposed to do that last
I
session.
forgot to.
Mm.
I can do it right now while you guys are role-playing.
And then I challenged Dwarf Ghost to drinking again.
Okay.
I must confess something, Dorabella. I am glad that you mentioned other swords, other methods of testing each other's skill. I felt it in my hand. It seemed rather unyielding, and I wouldn't want to cut you down. It's not something that would be very good for anyone involved, least of which me.
You don't feel as though you can control your blade.
Oh no, I can control the blade. It's just rather unforgiving. And
I
it's a
suppose a weapon such as that would indeed be, well, powerful on any sort of contact.
Oh, barbarians are proficient in con saves, so that's plus
So I
3
have a
each.
plus 6 instead of a plus 6.
Yeah, it's a plus 3 to each of those, so it's 18, 18, and 20.
18. Yep.
So you win all 3.
Nope. Sure doesn't.
What do you mean?
That was only rolling twice. Dwarves have advantage against checks with poison.
Oh, okay, so 18, 18.
Well, that's also not including her modifiers.
Oh no.
So he wins the first round and loses the second round. Wait, what?
What? No, that's just her first round roll.
She gets 3
Like,
rolls?
She
Only
was
roll
her first roll.
one advance.
She has advantage, I said that.
So why'd you roll 3 times, though?
I didn't, I
rolled
accidentally
the
rolled a
D10.
D10.
Oh,
The D10 does not count.
I did not see that that was a D10. My bad.
Actually, you lose the first and second.
Oof.
Why did it only roll 1? What the fuck, dude?
8, 12. So you should win the third one because you have a 20 or an 18.
You guys tie on the third.
Damn.
Or, wait, no, that's a 17. She beats you on the third one, too.
What do you mean she beats him on the third one? He rolled an 18 on the third one.
No, 17 on the third one.
Oh, yeah, 18 on the fourth
Oh,
one.
no, you were making
I have
normal
20.
checks, not saves.
Yeah, yeah. So
that's
it,
20.
I had
Yeah, you win the
$3.
third one. You win the third one.
This is Karn. He is strong beyond belief, and rarely can handle his ale more than he actually thinks. I
Well,
think you'll be
Goliaths do tend to be quite strong.
Yes. It's the giant blood in them, isn't it?
Isn't he a little
By
furry?
2.
Yes, that'll take... Actually, I don't even... That's...
Alright, I subtracted my gold.
I just presumed that he was... You know, maybe it was a genetic predisposition toward being in the north, you know, keeping warm.
I've never heard that about Goliaths, but it makes as much sense as anything else.
You'll see my hair has grown a bit. Being away so far away from a barber, I sort of embraced the long hair, especially in this cold weather.
I mean, it's part of the job, isn't it? I haven't had a wash of my hair since I've been on that damn boat.
How long was the trip, by the way? That couldn't have been fun if you were stowing away.
It wasn't.
Hmm.
I went from Neverwinter. A few weeks.
Ah.
Few 10 days, rather.
Well, hopefully we'll make the southern trip again soon. I will gladly accept you into my house, and from there we can figure out exactly how you might deal with this troubling news of Garen.
I had some ideas, but... Well, without Ferrando, it's a bit more complicated.
Well, I will be of any service that I can. Ilvastar, the house... I am Lord Ilvastar now, so... You can find an ally in me. I just might ask for a favor down the road.
If we're all alive to complete said favors, then yes, absolutely.
Well then, is it dinner time yet? Have we passed dinner? Or...
I
Did you
don't...
see the food on the table?
Oh yes. Well, I was too busy boasting. Silly me being a noble.
You have dark vision, right?
Me? Yes.
No, Adrian.
Yeah. Why?
What is its range?
Probably 60 feet like normal.
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm assuming it's 60 feet like normal. I don't have superior
look at
dark
your
vision or
character.
anything.
There's
I
no
also-
sure with your race. So
I also don't think I wrote it down.
You're a doppelganger, right? Because the monster tokens has 60 foot.
Yeah.
yep, it's 60. Oh, 6,000, 60.
No one knows that, Karn. No one knows that.
Actually, yeah,
Actually,
no
I
one, now
I
that
know
Fernando's gone-
I know that you're a
Oh,
doppelganger.
that's
I
right, that's
I
right.
was
Yeah.
I was a ghost with you when you were like when you turned into Isaac and were like, hey, look, I look like you.
Well, you turned it into
Yeah.
Joey, but yeah.
Yeah, it was dirty.
Or Jerry, yeah, not Isaac, but yeah. So
Yes,
I
sir.
know that you're a doppelganger, but nobody
Yeah,
else
but that's
does.
not something to be talked about.
I haven't said anything.
Does Karn know about that? I don't remember.
No.
'cause-
No, he does not.
No.
Oh wait, no, because you were the last one alive.
Yep.
That handled this thing, so you didn't know.
You brought us all back alive
Yeah.
after you completed the
okay,
thing.
yeah. I found out when we got the summer star. Okay.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure I, like, transformed once, like, when we were sharing a room together, though.
Maybe.
I don't remember what I transformed into, but I remember doing that.
Wait, Karn, who did you whisper that to?
You don't
The-
know.
Okay.
Warden?
I was over talking to the warden, so
Yeah,
Okay.
the dwarf ghost warden.
yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's dark. I have no vision. Oh, no, I have vision. Oh no.
Oh no, what?
She
Oh
was,
no, now I have a new token.
Yes.
By the way, you can add the Mace of Disruption or whatever to your character sheet if you wanted it.
Okay.
Oh, that in the hands of a cleric is good. Or sorry, and a paladin is really good.
Yep.
I'm glad Jillian's items are going to use.
Am I choosing the right one? Yes. Okay.
Sucks that we lost the blood funnel.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that
Oh
wasn't-
shit,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, it was on
That's
for
not
Rando.
Ferrando also had the pirate sword, and I don't remember what
Yeah,
else. he
pirate
had.
cutlass. Yeah.
Wait, didn't I have the book?
Yeah, I didn't have the book on me. I just had
Who
the.
has
there
the
was-
Orb of the Arcane, by the way? Because nobody has used it. But did everybody just forget about it?
Oh
or-
no. I think Fat's character walked off with it.
That's right. Wait, let me see.
You
Cornelius.
told me when he left that he would have left all the items except for his.
Except for the hat disguise, yes.
Yeah.
So
This
this,
guy- okay, so who had the orb?
So
I completely forgot about this item.
can
I am
take
so
it.
glad that I looked.
I can take it because I have a +6 to Arcana.
So if anybody remembers what it does,
I do.
Yeah, let's
it
use.
allows anyone to cast any cantrip, even if they don't know it and are not a magic user. To cast a cantrip, make a DC 10 Arcana check. On a success, the spell casts normally. On a failure, nothing happens, and it cannot be used that way again until a long rest.
Yeah, so once a day you can cast a cantrip on a DC 15 Arcana.
DC 10.
No. Well,
Okay, so who wanted it?
I'll take it.
yeah, that's fine. You can take it. I
-1.
Probably
Minus
not
one.
me.
I have a
I mean,
plus.
it would have been.
I have a +8.
Do I have to attune
Alright,
to
I guess.
the Mace
Yep.
of Disruption?
No.
It
It is not attuned. You don't need to attune. No,
it's
Okay.
not.
I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
so.
I thought it was.
No, Jillian. As far as I remember, Jillian didn't need to
Oh, it
attune
does
to it.
require attunement. You're right.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
because
wait,
we're not-
I thought-
I am not to.
Okay,
It's like
whatever.
a certain icicle.
I thought that I don't remember Jillian having to attune to it, but
Just if anybody forgot what this item looked like, it's like fucking. It's cool. I like this item.
And now it's on Adrian.
I like the picture I found for it.
It does look nice.
Well, Velen and
no. Jillian had the tome before she got kidnapped, and she also had the horrifying helm. I think she dropped the tome on the ground, but I don't know if she dropped the horrifying helm on the ground before she
You
got
said you
kidnapped.
dropped all your magic items.
Yeah.
I have both of them in my thing, so I think I have them.
Yeah, nobody's been using any of their magic items. I think everybody just forgot about them, and I just
used
found
my
them
magic
looking
items.
through.
Like the pirate cutlass was very, very like situational. You know, like when I lost my
the
weapon.
the parchment memories and the staff of pumpkins are like the only two that have been really being used.
Well, Adrigast doesn't
Well,
have any
that's
magic
you.
items.
We
Babe.
I
did
would
quite
also
a
use
few,
my toad of tricky treat.
Yes,
sugar
you used the
bomb.
toad itself, but not the candy.
Adrigast,
Use the candy.
Adrigast doesn't have any magic items, babe.
Oh, do you want the orb?
No.
Adrigast, already spellcaster ban.
No, I don't need the orb.
I know
would-
you don't.
I was just pointing out that because Maya was saying that we weren't using magic items, and I'm like, yeah, because I don't have any.
I'm gonna attempt
Do you
to
guys
use
like that
the
little
stuff.
loop shop, by the way? Because I can do more for different holidays if you guys liked it.
I enjoyed it, yeah.
It was fun. It would be especially nice if there was like a way to continue the like story through that. Like, I don't know, maybe we could flesh out like one of the many characters that I'm sure we all have in our background. Like, Jay makes an appearance would be funny. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of ways I think to tie in these one shots into like little cool side story developments.
All of our backup characters do them.
Did you say Jay makes an appearance? I don't want that to happen.
Or
That sounds
like,
awful.
like the wizard person, I don't know, could be like Garen's ancestor or something like that, because Garen is Garen Jr., so it could be the father of Hawkwind household. There's plenty of
Hold on while I bring out my folder of characters that I created.
Anywho,
yeah.
continuing on.
Meet the Elvis thing.
No, it wouldn't be a consistent like storyline in terms of like you guys making new characters or anything, because I want you guys to be able to use those magic items in the game. So
Sure.
like that's the point of them, is so you guys can like have those fun magic items to use.
Here's a quick question though about the tome. How long do those temporary hit points last for? Like, is it until they're gone?
Until the next long rest. Temporary hit points, the way all temporary hit points work, is they go away on a long rest.
Correct.
Unless they're the blessing of the Morning Lord.
Nope. Well, the blessing in the morning thing also goes away on a long rest.
Refreshes, yeah, and it just refreshes on the
Yep.
next
Yeah.
long rest.
And you can only have one set of temporary hit points. So if you have those temporary hit points, and then and if you're about to gain more temporary hit points, you have to choose which set of temporary hit points you want, because they don't stack.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the blessing in the morning Lord is just straight up better than the book.
100%.
So you should just give the book to someone who doesn't have blessing in the morning Lord, honestly.
Alright, well, irregardless, for 10 minutes I read a story about some blue spinning hedgehog that collected golden rings.
Lol. Gotta go fast!
And then, yeah, I'll give it to someone else. Or will I? I don't know.
Pretty.
Why would you give it to someone else?
You
even
don't trust.
them.
I was say, yeah, you don't trust anyone. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit in my room and wait for regular Warden to come back.
You
And I
get
want.
any sleep with me being in the same room?
Oh, are you in my room?
No,
No, he's in
Karen.
Karen's room.
Oh, okay. But I am going to. I would like to use my researcher trait to see if I can. Oops, I didn't mean to double ping it. But I want to use my researcher trait to try and figure out where I could learn about sentient weapons that the Frost Maiden might have created, or sentient weapons that like are blue and frosty. I don't know. I want to find out more information. I want to know where I can go to find more information about the sword that fucking Isaac has.
If you're going to learn about Frosties, you should go to Wendy's.
Oh no, reported.
Information on it cannot be found in this case.
Copyright strike. Sorry.
Trademarked.
So I don't even know where to look.
No.
It's
You are at a loss of where this information would be recorded, or if it even is recorded.
Why don't we? I mean, like, you could check with the professor orb, right? Like, isn't it the professor in an orb?
The professor is the orb.
Yeah. But I like.
But I
don't
doubt.
know it exists. So
Honestly, I don't know that he would know anything about it. I doubt it.
I don't think we've asked him anything.
I sure haven't.
Yeah. Like, I don't think anyone's even talked to the professor. Must be really lonely.
Belen's the only one that's been talking to him, so.
I'll read over the Codicil of Light to see what else is in here. Since I have it. Is it just the poem and the spell, or is there anything else?
No, it's full of. It describes various priestly rituals and ceremonies in chilling detail. Nestled along these descriptions of the spell that wizards can learn, Frostfingers, blah blah blah. Armor of the Frostmaiden, blah blah. Yeah, there's 27 pages of it. All of them like describe different rituals that they use for like sacrifices to the Frostmaiden, such as casting people out to become White Walkers and all that sort of stuff. Or what are they called? Cold White Walkers? Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
They're essentially White Walkers from fucking Game of Thrones, but they call them something else.
Got it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Because they wanted to, steal something without actually stealing it.
Okay, well
White
that's...
Walker, yeah.
You get
Yeah.
White Walker, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, it is.
As long as the ending isn't like a lecture on writing and how important writing is, I think I'm good.
Yeah, what actually happens is you guys go to kill the Frostmaiden, and instead of you guys killing the Frostmaiden, the fucking dwarf lady from earlier comes and kills her for you.
I like
Because
it.
according to Game of Thrones, that's how you end a story.
I mean, Adrian, what do we say to the god of death?
The ultimate fucking twist.
What do you say to the god of death?
Not today.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
And then also, the way we're going to solve the Asmodeus thing is we're just going to have a lovely little vote, and Adrian will be the queen of everything.
No, what actually happens is you guys have this vote, and then Asmodeus is just like, okay, well, I'm outruled. See you later. He goes,
He's like, darn it, gosh darn it, I gave him my best shot, but you guys,
you guys are persistent. God damn it.
Democracy.
democracy,
Honor respect the mortals. See you guys later.
fucking democracy kills the devil, freedom. Fuck yeah.
Maybe I should just incorporate Game of Thrones style of writing into my stories.
That would be the most hilarious one-shot ever.
Secretly, the ghost that is possessed in the Warden is actually an avatar of Tempest.
What do you mean secretly? I thought that was pretty obvious.
And dragons can get killed by arrows that they don't see.
Yes, and Evatress is secretly a zombie ice dragon.
I love how I haven't seen a single episode of Game of Thrones, and this is still like just like I have no idea what's going on.
I've also never seen it.
So I guess, are we long resting now? Is that what's going on?
Probably
I
that's what you guys are doing.
I guess I don't know how long.
Everybody went to their rooms, so I don't know what.
Well, like I said,
everybody
I-
trailed away to their rooms.
I went to my room specifically to wait for the warden to go back to normal, which only takes like what 2 or 3 hours.
A few hours each day is what you guys were told. Last time it was like 3 hours.
Okay.
So I specifically went to my room, and then once I know the warden's back to normal, then I'm gonna go back to the warden.
I guess during that time period, I know it's a cleric thing, but I want to attempt to seek guidance from Tempest.
Make a religion check.
Pray.
Tempest, as I call him.
You reach out and you aren't able to get there. You're wondering if like
God has forsaken
maybe
you.
even Tempest is watching you.
I will just sit and contemplate what I've learned.
if he didn't respond to you, then what could that mean?
Ooh, do you want Adrian to try?
He is, he's secretly plotting against me.
Oh no.
I'm thinking all this in my head, too. I'm not actually saying it aloud. Just, what am I doing?
You tell
you
them what you
praying
did
out
when
loud?
I DM'd you, by the way, or no?
I have not.
Okay,
But
good.
I think they've kind of figured out,
They're
like,
figuring it out.
Were you praying out loud?
no. Well, I guess I would have said, Tempest, I require your guidance in the events to come. Something along those lines.
Is he fine with Adrian being in the same room with him? He's not kicking her out?
I'm currently in a corner.
Oh.
I'm in an opposite corner.
God,
But this is how we were before anyway.
But yeah, that's what I would be doing during that time period.
The wording on this confuses me a little bit. If the target has 25 HP or fewer after taking this damage, does that specifically mean radiant damage?
No, that damage from that spell.
The damage from the ability.
Yeah.
So it has to be the 2d6 radiant damage. You can't,
Correct.
like, I can't just, okay, yeah.
No, well, it's the weapon from that attack. So if that attack, the whole attack, not just the radiant damage, if that weapon attack, the bludgeoning plus the radiant damage, makes them have 25 HP or less, then the effect happens.
You're talking about Smite, right?
No, he's talking
No.
about the just Mason disruption.
So,
Yeah, after a weapon attack is essentially what it is.
yeah, it doesn't say, like, what, they said this damage, but the wording is not
Yeah.
specific. I imagine it means, like, after it takes radiant damage.
Well, it means after the damage from the weapon, which includes both the bludgeoning and the radiant damage.
2d6 radiant damage affects 25 hit points or fewer. After taking this damage, I must succeed on DC 25 saving throw.
How do you want to rule that? Do I just whack anybody with the mace, and whether or not they're fiend or not, they can get destroyed from
Yeah,
resistance?
I'm pretty sure that's just damage from the attack in general.
Yep,
Okay.
and it only
Which
happens.
is-
It's not like when one instance of damage happens and then the other instance of damage happens. Like the instances of damage happen at the exact same time. So
Right, so the weapon attack by itself, regardless if it's fiend or undead, can be destroyed if it's 2500. Okay.
25 or less after the attack, yeah.
This thing is already better than a longsword. Like, just the effects of
what-
it alone
yeah.
are pretty straight up.
That's what
Speaking of
Julie.
which, you got your Ruby of the War Mage, right? That's what you got instead of the shield. Instead of the +1 shield.
The
Like
ru-
we had talked about.
The Ruby of the War Mage to get your holy weapon, or your holy symbol.
So your shield could be your casting focus.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
So you have your holy symbol, like, embedded in your shield and stuff.
Yeah.
The ruby and the center. The Eye of Helm is sort of the ruby.
Okay.
Where the eye would normally be on the holy symbol, there's the ruby instead. Okay, after about 3 to 4 hours, let me roll a d6.
Well, shouldn't you just roll a d4 for that many hours? Why are you?
So after 2 hours, actually. After 2 hours, the warden sort of like stumbles out of her room, back over to your door, Adjagas, the same room that you stayed in last time, and he's sort of like, you hear like a very solemn thudding on your door, as if she's exhausted.
Yep, I'll open the door.
Sorry, let's continue our conversation.
Back to her office.
Yeah, stop moving your token so I can move you. Sorry about that. He can be a bit unconscious sometimes.
Right. Where were we?
I recall, honestly.
Well, if I remember correctly, we were on the subject of Ferrando and what you were going to tell the Lord's Alliance.
Oh, right. How am I supposed to tell them that he's dead?
Yes, and I was before your friend took over, I was in the process of saying that on the off chance that we can find his body and bring it back to Neverwinter, at least one piece of it. Apparently, a high priest, owes Dorabella a favor, and Ferrando can be revived.
And how do you plan to recover his body? Do you know where it is?
I don't. I've gone over that several times in my head, trying to find where he is, but as far as I could tell, it was just a random place in the frozen waste of Icewind Dale. The only way I would know to find it is if we could find the tents that are likely still there left over from the camp that was there.
Camp. Was this a Redhead camp?
Do I know that?
Redhead are the tribes.
Oh. I believe so. It was one of the I guess it was one of the tribes, I know not which. One of the children, the last remaining survivor, was a child that was blessed by the Frost Maiden with glowing blue eyes, which, per the trial, we were supposed to save him. We obviously failed in that aspect, as I should have lost my life with Ferrando, but I, for some reason, was teleported back right when I fell unconscious. Unlike Ferrando. God knows why.
If it was one of the Redhead camps, then it was most likely on the Redhead Glacier. I can send some men out with some dog sleds to try to search the glacier.
Well, I'll tell you.
I can only spare a few.
At least that's something. They might have a chance. I can tell you exactly what the camp looked like. Do you have a piece of paper that I... Or wait, her men can't read, can they?
Nope.
Never mind. Okay. Alright, on second thought, I'll just tell you. I almost forgot your men can't read. The noteworthy things about the camp, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I'll describe how the shelters looked. There should be a few dead bodies of vultures laying around that may or may not have been picked clean by the surviving vultures. And then there should be plenty of dead bodies around, and I'll tell him that there should be
all of this also assumes that the camp hasn't been buried by the blizzards. The weather's been getting progressively worse over the past few days, as I'm sure you've noticed.
I have, and that's a good point, but it's at least worth a shot.
I understand that I won't risk the lives of my men for a body.
I'm well aware. And I don't
I'll
expect
send them out for 4 hours each day.
them to risk their lives, but I appreciate you sending them out for whatever slim chances there might be that they might find something.
Understand, though, Wizard. If it comes down to it, and the Lord Alliance looks for somebody to blame,
Blame
I'm going
me.
to put it on you.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. It was my task to protect Ferrando in the first place, as is the duty of my order. I failed in that regard. We rushed into things too quickly. Had we rested beforehand, I would have had enough magic to keep him safe. But we were working on little information and went in too hastily.
With your age, I thought you wise. But it seems the nerves got the better of you this time. Try to do better in the future. I cannot have the blood of 2 more lords on my hands. This is already going to be hard enough to explain to the Lords Alliance. It's going to be even harder if 2 more lords of Waterdeep and a lieutenant of the Order of the Gauntlets also die while under my watch.
Don't get me wrong. I protected Ferrando not because he was a noble of the Lord's Alliance or of Neverwinter, but solely for the reason that he had the blood of an Alagondar in him. I serve the Alagondar bloodline. I'm not going to... I will not go out of my way or sacrifice my life for someone that I don't trust. And especially Isaac was gaining my trust before whatever the hell happened to change him. He's a completely different person now than he was when he entered the trial of isolation in the first place.
Karn also seems a bit different.
And I have no idea about this Dorabella person, but it remains to be seen whether or not I can trust her. I don't trust anyone who has an inkling, even an inkling or a shred of a connection of being even slightly faithful to Neverember. And if
it seems as though she grieved him before Valen stepped in.
Grieved who?
Ferrando.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, she was his wife. What she does or doesn't know, I believe, once we've finished our conversation, we bring her in to find out what she knows. Perhaps Ferrando let her in on what he found out from the Harpers and what I knew from my own research as well.
Speaking of the Harpers, I will also inform them of this. I'm not sure if they're aware that Dorabella is here. I think we've had enough of this conversation.
Are you able to send a guard for Dorabella?
You still have the men that I assigned you at your disposal. Hopefully you can protect them better than you did Ferrando.
Please don't condescend me. I'm aware that you're frustrated, but I don't need this from you any more than I know I'm at fault. I don't need you condescending me as I know I'm condescending myself.
I need to make sure that you don't forget it.
Believe me. I failed in my orders and my life's only purpose in protecting Ferrando. Hence why I will feel no need to protect anyone that doesn't meet my requirements. If I find that Isaac has somehow become corrupt due to either the random sentient blade that he decided to pick up, or whatever happened to his mind that warped it in some way from the trial of isolation, I don't know. But if he turns out to be corrupt in some way, I will not be protecting him as he is not to be protected.
Perhaps that's the reason the young lord died. Regardless,
How so?
we're done with this conversation. Your lack of empathy and your unwillingness to protect anybody else aside from the son of Alexander. That's showing a complete disregard for the people that the Alexander bloodline serves. They serve the people and you serve them, meaning that you should also consequently serve the people. But you don't seem to really care about them.
It's because I don't know who I can trust. I don't know.
Well, perhaps you should learn to trust more. We're done with this conversation. With that, she opens the door and then leaves.
So I guess the warden doesn't want to be in on the conversation with Dorabella then? Or...
Okay, now we can go back.
Yes,
As I
it was.
push you out of the room.
Ah!
What was that?
And I'm going to yell back into the just through the door. I'm glad you haven't lost your sense of humor, Adrian. And I continue walking. Oh, Adragast, it's good to see you. I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. I get caught up in defensiveness. Everything seems like an insult sometimes. You might understand that.
I ignore him and walk past him.
Oh,
Which room? Do I know what room Dorabella is staying in?
This one in right here.
Okay.
I just say you tried every door or something.
Hello? Oh, you're naked. Never mind. Oh, this one? Nope. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'll go down once I find out which room is Dorabella's. I will knock.
Just getting more comfortable with the maze. Yes, come in.
I'll take a couple steps in the room.
Any ears here in this room?
What's that?
Can I be heard? Can you be heard in this room from anyone outside?
I don't know. I doubt this room is magically protected.
Let's find a room that is. Perhaps the warden's office. I imagine that's magically protected.
It is. I'll ask the warden if we can use it. And Is the warden still out here?
Yep.
Alright.
You'll excuse me, Isaac.
Again,
Why, of course.
I just walk past Isaac without saying a word again.
Secrets are no fun.
Warden, permission to use your office for private conversation.
You're fine with me listening in.
Does the warden know as well?
It's your office after all.
I'm gonna whisper, does the warden know as well?
I'm just gonna nod.
So much for secrets.
Okay, once in the room with the door closed. Oh yeah, there we go. I almost forgot that we weren't in here. Lol. Okay, once in the room with the door closed. Yes, the warden. Well, actually, before we get to that, what exactly do you know, Dorabella?
Yeah, so
Well,
I
I
think
imagine-
that you know.
I imagine that we're all surmising that Ferrando has a certain bloodline of royal nature.
So he did tell you.
Yes, the selfish bastard told me right before he left. But it's perhaps better I know now. Maybe he knew. I don't know. Regardless, My daughter's been taken to Kendall Keep. Never Ember cannot even dream of breaching it. On the other hand, Asmodeus could with a snap of his fingers.
Well, at least the child's safe for the time being.
How many people know of Ferrando's death?
Just the party and the warden.
I don't know. That's something that I have to figure out. Because I told them that he was alive and that we needed alliances. But now I have to tell them that he's gone and dead. He died. What the fuck am I supposed to tell the Alliance?
What if he didn't die?
What if he didn't die? Well, that's a wonderful question.
Let me be more painfully obvious. My hope was to, well, claim the throne of Neverwinter sooner rather than later so that forces could be properly rallied against Asmodeus. I know Ferrando's mannerisms. He was quite fair, and, well, I also have fair treats, though admittedly my shoulders are a little broader. It's a long shot.
You look nothing like him.
Is there any sort of spell, anything that can happen, anything at all, that would pull off the ruse?
Unfortunately, I mean, you could fool common folk, but you wouldn't be able to fool Never Ember or anybody else in the royal circles, I suppose. Ferrando and I were hoping to find the crown of, was it the crown of Neverwinter? Yeah, the crown of Neverwinter up here in the Dale, as this is where it was legend to be lost. And to prove, we were going to use that to prove his bloodline and throw Never Ember off the throne, because it is irrefutable proof that he is an Elegondar, because it kills anyone who wears it that isn't of Elegondar bloodline.
Can I do a history check to know if a child's ward can rule in their place for a while until the child comes of age?
You're from Noble, you would know that wards are able to rule in the place of a child.
Okay. So then all I would need to do is position myself as a ward. I'd rather not have Amelia drugged into a bunch of politics that might kill her, but at the same time, if we don't intervene, I'm afraid nothing can stop the cultists. A masked lord of Waterdeep. He's on the side of Asmodeus. How far does this go? I do not know.
What do you know of Never Ember?
He's a bastard, but one that takes care of his people.
Corbella, do the Harpers know that you're up here?
Well, not exactly. They expected me to deal with Garen via the battalion that was sent, but I don't believe they foresaw any of this. I was tasked with disarming Garen and ousting him, but when I saw the masked lord on the premises, I was afraid. Not for my life, but for how far it went, how far it goes.
I haven't been in Neverwinter for some time, and I'm not particularly fond of politics, but do you think Never Ember could be in league with, what's his bucket?
Asmodeus, yes.
Yeah.
Well, if the Masked Lord was also on the side of Asmodeus, I believe anybody can be, including Never Ember. And knowing Never Ember's lust for power, it might even be probable.
Well, one problem at a time, I suppose.
Yes.
We are hopefully very close to solving the rhyme. We just retrieved the key to the lost city of Netherese Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Once we head there, Velen hopes we find something created by the Netherese that powerful enough to stop the rhyme.
Is
And
anyone incredibly intimately familiar with all of the artifacts that might exist in the Dale? I would really like to know where Garin got that peculiar blade. I can't help but it would explain how he froze an entire battalion.
we had somewhat.
What makes you believe that it's linked to the Dale?
Well, it's a weak link and a hunch. Nothing more. Ice and ice. That's all I have.
Well, if you've done your research, then you should also know that the Archdevil Levistus also specializes in the care of ice.
Can I history check for Leviscus?
Sure.
Because Simon only ever taught me about Helm, as far as I know.
Yep, he did.
Okay. History check. Where is it? Right.
Lol.
Right, I've never
You've
heard of the demon.
Levistus.
Yeah.
Well, to bring you up to speed, at least from what the scholars know, Levistus was an archdevil that was frozen in eternal ice by Asmodeus, because he went against Asmodeus and his armies. And now, serving as a lieutenant in Asmodeus' army, he controls his forces from his frozen tomb.
And there's no way that you think the Frost Maiden would be linked to that?
The Frost Maiden, at least from what I know, well, Celestials and Fiends don't exactly get along.
I believe the Frost Maiden has her own, how should I say it, motives in doing what she's doing with the rhyme. And if left to her own devices, as well as Asmodeus to his, would likely lead to a clash of gods on the material plane, which is something we don't want.
I suppose disarming the Frost Maiden would make things a little easier. Also, there might be something here that could, well, sift through the vast tundras of the Dale.
We have no idea what we may find in the Netherese city. There's plenty to be. I'm sure there's plenty to be found there. A lot of which will hopefully become useful.
Is there no expert on this? Someone who can tell us what to expect?
We had one before. He unfortunately died. We still have a finger of his if we ever managed to get him revived. But there wasn't much left of the body. I was forced to make a difficult decision.
I'm seeing a trend.
He died without my help. He died, we were in it, and unfortunately, the only way out was to kill the enemies that were standing on top of his body that was already dead, might I stress again, and I was able to luckily recover a finger. But Dury died of his own decisions when we were all together. That's when we were defending the town from the raid of Durgers, who created it.
What about Velen? Does Velen have any insights into where this is going at all? I imagine the wizards, if not you, the other one, would probably know.
Velen, I don't trust Velen. Velen is...
Well, of course not, but...
Velen is in this for her own motives, and nothing beyond that. All of us here, Warden and anyone that works with Velen, Velen sees people and creatures as no more than tools. And I've been keeping a close eye on her for some time now. And I believe that I have a strong feeling that once we get into Netherese City and she gets what she wants, she will either A, ditch us and leave us to die if we are in a precarious situation, or B, just kill us ourselves so she can take everything for herself.
But she knows the way.
She doesn't. She has a professor orb that is, quote-unquote, her property, that knows of the Netherese City. I don't know how much in detail, but it's what's gotten us this far.
I want to speak with Velen.
Be my guest. She's a thrill.
Well,
At least
It's
she's
about
on
to
it,
get-
so.
it's about to get thrilling.
Oh, and also, I don't know at one point, it never came up, but I would have also told Dorabella that, we do have, or he did say that he was going to be, the warden did say that she was going to be sending out patrols to the Reghead glaciers, which were, through further, like, talking about it, and we surmise that somewhere within the Reghead glaciers is where Ferrando died, so she'll be sending daily patrols out there to try and find his body, whatever slim chances there may be.
I appreciate that, Warden. By chance, what mounts do you use in these parts? A
You use
horse would
Axbeaks primarily.
an axbeak.
Axbeaks are sled dogs, typically. Have you ever seen one before?
I can't say that I have.
Well, let me tell you, they're fascinating creatures. I can show you our stables.
I would very much like that.
And back to the chat we go.
Yeah.
Things and otherwise.
I see. We should keep this between us then.
We should.
Great timing.
Like, yeah, me, what the fuck you guys were talking about?
All right.
Secrets are to be hidden, especially from the DM.
I'll try to sum it up in a direct message.
Okay.
Alright. Anywho, yeah, after we get back from the office, then I'm gonna actually go into my room and go to bed.
And I still don't trust the nobles.
You do not.
Can we just say that I saw the stables and then went to bed?
Oh, we can skip that part if you'd like. I was just going to do it in, like, the next morning, but...
Oh. Yeah, I mean, we could do that the next morning. That makes sense. Alright, bedtime. Long rest, that means get my spell slots back.
Yeah, let me see. Do I want to change any prepared spells? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I want to get rid of that.
For flavor's sake, let's say that the banner or seal representing my rank in the order is going to be the rosary. And the holy symbol is the shield.
Who is the tome being given to?
Adrian.
Adrian? Okay.
Yeah.
Another person with a blessing in the warning alert.
Yes.
Alright,
Hey, do you guys want to do anything before your long rest?
I am unpreparing my Melf's Minute Meteors, and I am going to go ahead and prepare, I'll prepare Arcane Eye in its place for now.
Okay, and is Dorabella changing her spells, or is she keeping them the same?
I will change. That is a good point. I need to remember to do these things.
It's always
Um,
good to check your spells at the end of a long rest to see if you want to change
Yeah.
anything.
I'm going to take Prayer Healing as a substitute for Zone of Truth.
Okay.
And then... Yeah, I think I'm going to keep my level 1s the same.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if you... Are you aware that you have your oath spells are always prepared, by the way?
The Oath spells?
Yes. So, with your oath for a paladin, you get certain spells that are considered oath spells based on whatever oath you took, and those spells are always prepared and don't count towards the number of spells you have prepared.
Oh, okay. Then I
So-
can keep on.
So
warding.
what oath are you?
I'm Oath of the Crowns. That means Command, Compelled, Duel, Warding Bond, and Zone of Truth.
Are
the
always
things I can keep.
yeah those are
Yeah.
all those are always prepared, and they don't count towards the number of spells you can have prepared. So
So you take 4. Like I can only take as many spells as I have spell slots, right?
no, so you can prepare the number of spells you can prepare as a paladin is half your paladin level rounded up plus your charisma modifier. So you're level 8, so that's 4 plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
2.
So yeah, you can prepare
Okay.
6. So you can prepare a total of 6 spells,
And then
and your oath spells are always prepared and they don't count.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's almost every spell on your spell list.
Yeah, basically.
Did you copy over the entire paladin spell list for first and second level onto your sheet?
No, he did not.
Yeah, so you should. So that way you can know what all your options are. Because paladins have access to their entire spell list.
Same with druids as well.
Yep,
I'm
and
pretty
clerics.
sure all the spells.
I sent you the snippets. Remember? I sent you
Yeah.
screenshots of the first and second level paladin spells. You can type those in the compendium and then just drag and drop them onto your character sheet.
Okay.
Actually, he might have all of them because
Yeah.
paladins don't have that many spells.
No, there's a lot. So for like first level, there's Bless, Ceremony, Command, Compelled, Duel, Cure Wounds, Detect Magic, Detect Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Divine Favor, Heroism. Like
Okay, he does
Actually-
not have all of those now.
there's
Yeah.
1, 2,
Alright,
3.
We'll deal with that next session. Just
Yeah,
so we
there's
can-
a lot.
yeah,
But yeah, you can just drag and drop those all into your character sheet so that you have options to choose from.
for sure. All right.
Alright, so you guys take your rest, and you wake up in the morning to see the warden sitting at the table with breakfast already prepared and waiting.
Good morning, Warden. I hope you slept well.
Good morning.
So, down to business. I don't want to waste your time, and I know we have a limited amount of time here. We're able to stay. So, what do we need? Adrigast, I believe you said we need some enchantments. Renewed enchantments for our materials.
Well, I don't.
And if you happen to have any full plate lying around, that would be nice. But short of that, perhaps something to ward against the cold.
Yes, half plate would be very welcome for my big friend here.
How much did the enchantment cost again?
150 per person, right? For 10 day.
I don't remember what I said last time. Let me look.
It was something very close to that, because I think we had
Alter
that
rules,
big
roll
sum
it
to
up.
it. 17, 15.
And you guys got to pay the straight price instead of the increased price that they normally charge. Warmth enchantment is 100 gold pieces
For 10 days, right?
per week. Yeah, so per 10 day.
Okay.
100 gold per 10 day.
So 100 gold each for the warmth enchantment that we got before.
And how long do we... And Velen, where is Velen? Did you sleep in?
Yeah, how long were we gone? Like, how many more days is on our current enchantment?
You guys were gone for 3 days there, 3 days back. You guys paid for like 3 weeks of enchantment though. If I remember
No, 2.
correctly.
We only paid for
It was
2
2
weeks.
10 days. Yeah, it was
2 10
days.
days each.
10 days? Okay.
But I don't know. I don't remember quite how long we were gone.
3 days there. You guys were gone for
6 days in the trial of isolation.
yeah, so 7 days on the island of Solstice and 3 days back.
So we have
13 days.
So we have 7 days left on our current enchantment. I think if we extend it by one more 10 day, that should be enough to get us in and out of the Netherese city.
Keep in mind that Dorabella has none left. So,
Does the Professor have anything to say about how long it should take?
That's a good point. Adrian?
I mean, now that the Professor has seen how fast or slow we work.
Yeah. How much of the looking towards Velen? How much does the Professor Orb know about the city?
He knows. Sorry, I'm doing the calendar to make sure that I'm keeping track. of it.
while you're doing that, my dog clearly needs to go out. She's really bothering me, so I'm gonna take her poop. Shouldn't take long.
This music is giving me pure Assassin's Creed 2 nostalgic vibes. Oh, Ezio.
The fuck? Why are you playing Roxy the Hyena?
Where's this?
Oh, I see now. I was like, who's coming from the music? I was just like, where's the sound coming from?
Steven's the only one that got it.
Well, no, because we had already played the hyena sounds before.
Yeah, when you guys encountered the gnolls.
Just exactly like that. Thank you for demonstrating.
No, that's just my laugh.
Oh, gnolls. I love gnolls.
And for somebody with a lower voice, I have a very high laugh.
I'm back.
Hey, nice.
Beautiful.
All right.
What kind of dog do you have, Ian?
She is a Chihuahua Pitbull mix.
Wawa Pitbull?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
She's very terrifiedly ferocious.
So the Pitbull had her, right?
I don't know. I'm
Like,
gonna.
female
The
was
bigger,
Pitbull?
the bigger dog has to be the female, yes. So the pit
So,
bull
yeah.
was the female, and then the male was the Chihuahua for sure.
Let me show you a picture. Yeah, she's about the size of like a medium-sized dog. She's definitely bigger than a Chihuahua.
Bigger than a Chihuahua, smaller than a pit bull, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show it in the Discord.
Aww.
Cute.
Yeah, she's a super pretty dog. It's like my wife's entire fucking camera is just a bunch of pictures of the dog.
As it should be.
Yeah. She looks different from different angles too. Like she also has like a 7% husky. So if you look at her fur, like how it's kind of like smoosh like.
I was gonna say she looks nothing like a pit bull or a chihuahua.
I
She
know.
looks like a normal dog. It's wonderful.
Yeah, the top picture looks kind of like a chihuahua. But if you get her head
The
on,
second
it's
picture
fine.
looks like a golden retriever.
Yeah, she's just a mutt.
Third picture also looks like a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought she was like a lab mix, but yeah, then we got the test back.
Actually, I guess a golden lab would make like. She actually looks more like a lab than she does a retriever, actually.
Yeah, the picture I'm sending right now is
That's-
where you can see
yeah.
some of the pit bull.
You can see some of the pit bull and the chihuahua.
Oh yeah, right there you definitely can.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here's one of our cats. One day.
Also, I guess are we still role playing this scene?
Yeah, she was getting calendar up for I don't know why.
Gotcha. See what tries to do.
Forget.
Yeah.
To what?
To track the date so I don't forget.
Ah.
But yeah, we can continue. I kind of forgot where we were.
We were talking about the enchantments.
Yeah,
Eldragast
well-
was-
Yeah, I asked Velen how much the Professor Orb knew about the city. And in fact, can't you bring him out and we can speak to him directly?
I can. She sort of holds out the orb. Professor Scans, we have some questions. And what questions would you have?
Well, I suppose I can start with one of a selfish request of mine. Is there any way to navigate the Dale to find somebody? Any magical means?
Well, I would say locate person, but that wouldn't quite work because it's a corpse. I suppose locate object may work, but you have to be within a certain radius.
Which brings me to my second question. Warden, after this, maybe we look at those axe beaks.
Of course.
That settles that matter. Now, regarding the city, what can we expect?
Well, that's a bit more of an odd question. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen a ruined Netherese cities, but they were wonderful magicians. Those magics sometimes turned them to make odd creations, and it could also lead them to make servants of sorts. You may experience some things called magic while you're there. They are mainly harmless, but they are very powerful if they do end up engaging you. They were mainly used as servants.
So don't provoke them, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't. The power of the Netherese also have a tendency to be able to corrupt those that stay within their areas for too long. Twist their bodies. And they turn into something that, well, let's just say that you don't want to become. They also had a habit of preserving themselves, their brains. You may experience some sentient jars that may contain brains in them.
Charming. Anything on artifacts? And also, how long can we stay before the Netherese transform us? Do we have a date?
The Netherese were capable of making many artifacts, as before Mistra had stitched the weave, so only certain levels of spells could be cast. For example, I'm sure that they could have even made a spell that was capable of summoning a Durask, if they had wanted to. As far as the artifacts, there are Mythlars, which is what they used to preserve the castles. Well, it's what allowed them to stay floating and control their climates. Understand that back then Aarakocra were also still a common race before they were hunted to extinction.
Fascinating.
Aarakocra? What? What?
Let's just say that they were bird people, for the less educated among us.
Oh, Adrian seemed modern
That's
bird people, though.
uneducated. Says the orb.
And one last question, perhaps this is one that anyone can answer. the fur-lined clothing that you all had on the docks. Where might one get some of that?
I can provide you with some.
You're too kind, Warden. Thank you.
It's not out of kindness, but out of necessity. I can't have another lord dying on my watch.
That is fair, and you
Is that all you care about, Warden? Seems like that's all you talk about.
Well, maybe if somebody was better at preventing people from dying.
I don't disagree, Warden. Anyway. Professor Orb, no, you don't have any sort of knowledge of where a map might be.
A map? A map to what?
The city, or can you navigate it?
Oh, of Icewind. I can guide you.
Using what?
Well, it's in my brain, of course.
about how long will it take us
Well, I
to get
suppose
there?
it was in my brain.
Is the orb capable of doing any projections of some sort? Anything?
I think I can cast Minor Illusion. Let me just check to make sure.
Because if so, maybe it can minor illusion a map of the city, and then Adrian, seeing the map of the city in the minor illusion, can use the portion of memory and then trace it to make a permanent map.
I would be able to do that if he could do
Ferret.
I love little ferrets.
Yeah, they're so cute. That baby griffin's cute too.
Yeah, you weren't here last session, but we got a royal, or Adrian has a royal griffin as a pet now.
Yeah, by the way, we have a griffin.
Baby griffin.
Yes. That Adrian keeps in her bag.
The Labrantas would be quite jealous, don't you think, Dorabelle?
I must say, a baby griffin is quite rare.
And a rare one at that.
A royal griffin?
Yes. Don't you notice the coloration?
This is more your area of expertise, Isaac. I trust that, but where did you get such a rare creature?
When we went into one of the illusions of the Trials of the Frost Maiden, Adrian took it.
Illusions? Is that what you believe? This is the Professor Orb speaking.
Isn't that what they are? Just like the last illusions that we went into and took magic items out of?
Illusions? No, that was very much so a reality, child.
So there's a chance that Ferrando is indeed in the tundra.
As I said, as far as I can surmise, it teleported us. From what I've gathered with the warden, somewhere within the Redhead Glaciers.
Was he using the same rapier?
He was.
I do know the spell. I do know the spell locate object, but obviously this pertinent matters. I can't abandon my duty to go chase around, well, my sweet one, but no, with this many lives to risk, we must end the rhyme.
With the rhyme ended, if we can accomplish the task, it might just be easier to find his body after the fact.
Fair enough, and I'll never forget that blade. I was the one who gave it to him. So, Professor Orb? Oh, I
It's
suppose
Professor
not.
Scant. Thank
Professor
you.
Scant, my apologies. I didn't mean to objectify you. Is there any chance Isaac, be sensitive to the professor's feelings, please.
Yes, please do.
Is there any way we could see the map in your mind I don't know exactly how we'd go about doing that.
I can show you the map, but I can lead you to an area that may contain one.
Can we just see it? I'd like to know kind of what what we're dealing with before we move out.
Well, I'm not able to show you, but again, as I said, I can lead you to an area that may contain one.
Which is
long
where?
of a journey? Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry, one at a time, please.
Where is this map located?
It's located in the Caves of Hunger. It will be within a glacier that we have to pass through to reach the city.
Well, if it's on the way, I guess it can't hurt.
Well, I don't suppose any of you can move faster than an axe beak, can you?
What lies within the caves of Hunger?
Without...
Speaking of axe beaks, I would be willing to sell you some.
Probably useful. We don't have... Ongajuk can't really travel on land.
I
Well, that
don't
would
need
be
one,
amusing.
thank you. All I need to do is get a good look at the animal.
So, how much would it cost us for an axe beak?
Axe beaks cost...
I think they're 70.
To the page.
Is it 75 gold? If I remember correctly, because I think I talked about buying one on Jillian.
They are...
I don't know why 50 keeps coming in my head. But... Oh, because it's the movement speed.
50 gold pieces.
Oh,
Hey,
shit. Okay.
Cool.
I was right.
So I will shill over 150 gold to extend my enchantment by a week, and buy an axe beak.
Okay.
I will do the same.
Alrighty.
I'm afraid I'm without as much resources as all of you, but I
Oh.
can get an axe beak on my own.
This is brand new loot from the temple, and
Perhaps.
wasn't much. I'm just spent more than half of what we got to get this. Just enough to keep going, I suppose. If you need anything, I have a little bit left over.
The enchantment is my primary concern. Perhaps I could get Ferrando's share, given that he put his life on the line for it. Just enough for the enchantment will suffice.
I don't know how much you have, but I'll just drop my 72 gold remaining gold that I have in her hands. So
I don't think she wants your blood money, Adragast.
If I'm to be with you in this cold, I want to stand every bit of chance.
I was willing to pay,
Oh,
but if you're willing to take that price for Ferrando, I completely understand.
regardless of how I get the enchantment, I just want the enchantment. Adragast can get his gold back for all I care.
Actually, I might find some use for this. Lady Warden, I do wonder, do you have any half-plate lying around that might be suitable for our half-giant friend over here? Our large Karn.
I do believe that half plate is the strongest armor that we maintain here.
Well, I would love to negotiate a price for that for our barbarian friend.
It would help us increase our survivability. Protection for our noble lord here. And I just veer over towards Durabella.
I have plenty of protection for myself, so if you need it, by all means.
Well, then protection for me. Weren't you the one who was concerned with my well-being when we went on to randos? And yet here I am, and he is not.
If you'd like to buy a half plate, unfortunately it's very expensive to manufacture. It'll be 750 gold pieces.
Well,
So is Dorabella taking my 72 gold or not?
I mean, if Isaac's not paying for the thing, then yes.
I'm not paying for the thing.
Okay. Warden, how long would 82 golds... how long the enchantment would be for that much?
I suppose I'll cover the other 18, because again, I can't have lords dying.
Much appreciated. And I'll just hand over my pouch.
How much do I owe again? I haven't really been following. Sorry.
If you're extending your enchantment by a 10-day, and then buying an axe beak, it will be 150.
Okay.
Well, then I have 200 I could put forward, my dear half plate.
I don't know. We shall see how much we have.
Adrian has 200 toward it also.
So, Karin, do you have the remaining 250?
I need to calculate.
Oh, sorry, 350. My apologies. Math was unfortunately never my strong.
Give me a second, I have to calculate.
True, because you have all of the copper pieces.
So we just cut off the last two numbers on it, and then you have that much gold.
It's like going to a coffee shop and paying with pennies. Oh, remember those days.
6.9.
Sounds like such a bad time.
Can I now that we're here though, like in here, can I convert like most of my copper and silver into gold?
Are you paying the fee for money exchanging?
Is there a fee for exchanging?
In the majority of places, that's like a legitimate business.
Are you talking about selling the item?
No. I want to exchange like my copper and silver into gold so it weighs less. So I'm carrying less coins.
My answer is yes.
Because right now I'm carrying fucking 1,500 copper pieces. And I would like to not. Can I get rid of... Can I convert my 1,500 copper pieces into 15 gold pieces and just be left with 60 copper pieces?
I'm pretty sure I stated that I'm not gonna like force you guys to go to towns to convert coins and stuff. I'm pretty sure I stated that at the beginning of the campaign. Like, yes, it's more realistic, but that's more micromanaging that I really want to do.
Okay, so I can do that though.
Yeah, I'd say that's fine.
Okay, so do that,
Cool.
15 gold, and then I'm also just going to turn 800 silver into 80 gold
Well, actually, wait, no.
Oh.
You can do it because you're
at
at Revel Set.
But there's
if,
no...
Like, you're out in the field, and if you're like in the tundra, then of course not, because that's.
But
just,
but
like,
there's no...
losing weight.
But Danny was asking, is there a fee for that? Like, is there...
There's no fee. It's just a free
Okay.
conversion. It's like going into a store and breaking a 5.
Alright, and then I'm going to convert 800 silver into an extra 80 gold, so I'm back up to 95 gold now. Because after converting all my fucking silver and copper.
I go into a store with like $100 bills and be like, "Hey, I would like a $100 bill, please."
I mean, yeah. Sure, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that's
not in real life if that's what
No,
you
but you could go into a bank and do that, and there's no fee. Like, you
But
could take
not-
you could take
this
100
is the
ones
bank.
and go to a bank. And get
We're
out of
not
the-
at a bank.
We are at a hub of the Lord's Alliance.
They're all scammers.
We are nobles. We love money.
I know.
Okay, so I have a total of 454 gold pieces, not including my electrum, so yes, I have enough.
All right, I put 200 gold down.
I as well.
leave Karn with 100 gold, 130 something gold.
104.
And then and did that get the enchantment for all of you guys plus the axe beaks and then also half plate for Karn?
Yep.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, is that accounting for your enchantment and axe beak, Karn?
I'm not doing enchantment. I'm just doing axe beak, and I've subtracted that already.
Okay.
So yes, I will have 104 left.
And so
Then
that
yes, you now have half plate.
that is enough to get an enchantment extended if you wanted.
So well.
Because
Does
100.
everyone else have it extended?
Yes, I extended it by everyone else extended it by another 10 day. Because we only have 3 days, or we only have 3 days left on our current enchantment.
Well, I never had any to begin with.
You
Oh,
guys
that's
should have
right.
7 days. Because you guys were gone.
Oh
for
no, sorry, yeah, no, I swapped it. I thought we were gone for 17 days. But yeah, sorry. So we have 7 days left. But yeah, you are right. You never got an enchantment in the first place. I don't think. But you could get one.
No, I think he did get an enchantment. I'm almost
I did
positive of
not.
that. Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I just got warming stones.
Gotcha.
Is there anything else that I want? Do you have any large bags?
Ooh, actually,
Can you specify?
Large sacks to carry huge amounts of coin
Loot.
in, or loot.
I have burlap sacks from old potatoes.
How many?
It might work.
So long as there's nothing sharp, that would work.
You have at least 20.
20 burlap sacks?
What do you need 20 burlap sacks for?
I'm
He's a
also
big man. He
interested
can
in...
carry a bunch.
Yes,
So,
with
going
2
into
arms.
a city that has never been seen before, so who knows what they might have?
I can give you 5.
also
Well,
any warming stones available? I only
1 copper piece each for the burlap bags.
I'll just toss 1 electrum piece.
are there any warming stones that we can buy? Because I'm down to 1 warming stone and I would like to buy some.
I'm pretty sure you guys bought them all out last time.
Fuck.
Can I add Yeti line to my character sheet?
Yes, like I said, he's paying for you to do it.
Gotcha.
Or the warden's giving it to you for free. And then she is also paying for 13 gold of your enchantment.
And it's 100 gold for the enchantment. I might as well do that for the 10 day.
Oh, I also need to make the frost track shit.
Yeah, if there's any warming stones, I will buy 2 of them because I think if I remember correctly, they're 25 gold each, right? But
It's in alt rules. Warming stones are normally
Yeti
20 gold
line.
pieces.
25.
20.
Oh, do they have them that I can buy or no? Or do we buy them
Pretty sure
out?
I bought them out last time, so no.
Okay. Rats.
The Yeti line is +10, and then enchantment and then Ring of Warmth are both +5, right?
Yeah, because the Yeti line is +10 because it's
Cold
plus
weather plus
the Yeti
um,
lining. Yeah. So 5
So
for the
that's
cold weather
plus
clothing,
10.
5 for the Yeti lining, and then yeah,
Okay.
and then 5 for your ring of warmth.
Doorbell doesn't have a ring of warmth.
Yes, I do.
He does.
Oh,
And then 5
Well.
for the warmth enchantment.
Yeah, I think that's everything. +10, +5, +5.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Cool.
all right.
Chicken clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Ooh, 2, 3. Glad that I.
How
This is anyway.
how long until the frost enchant or the warming enchantment is ready so we can leave?
Will be until tomorrow morning. I also need to stretch the half plate for your friend here. He's a bit larger than my soldiers.
Well, tomorrow morning it is then, and we'll be off.
I have a set of stretch scale mail. I can help exchange if you want some extra stuff.
Where did you acquire scale mail?
This was in Brynchander. The
Oh,
Black
the
Iron-
warden's asking you.
Yes, in character. Black Iron Blades, Brynchander.
Oh, no thank you.
Hmm. No, you can have it anyway. For free.
I really don't want it.
Well, then it's getting thrown in the ocean.
Do you have a gripe with Black Iron Blades? I don't know much about them, but they seem a reputable company.
Well, you know what they say.
No, I don't.
And do I.
Well, most adventurers who die are carrying black iron blades.
Oh.
Hmm. Up to the ocean then.
They tend to have very low quality equipment.
Anywho, do I know of any place where I can just be alone and like look out on the tundra? Like, is there a window I can look out of that's like alone, or like a balcony or something that I can go
like
sit
you
on?
just,
Yeah.
like reminisce.
Yeah, I want to. Adrigast wants to just like look out on the tundra.
You can go to the top of the tower if you want.
Sure, I'll do that.
You gonna go cry? Can Adrian come watch?
Adrian,
Adrian, that's silly. Adrigast doesn't have feelings.
Wait, what if he falls off from up top? We might need to help him.
Or you should go hold him.
He needs a
Adrian
hug.
will stay here. I meant to hold him to keep him from falling.
Oh, well, it will act dually. I'll have a dual purpose.
Isaac,
Yes. Lady Dorabella?
what is wrong with Adrian? For a little child, she seems cynical.
She is... I don't know what she is, but I do not believe she is a little child. Whatever she has chosen the form of a child, and I've learned to appreciate quirks. She is fascinating and very often more than handles herself.
Before you say and assume that, make an insight check. And Adrian, make a deception check. With advantage.
Oh, I'm good at deception.
Damn.
So yeah, you would be able to determine, because that's the requirement to like see through a shapeshift from a changeling, so.
Understood.
Not that Adrian's a changeling, but it follows the same rules, I would assume.
Fair.
You would think.
So yes, they are fascinating.
Yeah, I'm finding that everyone in the Wayfaring Strangers has some quirks, as you put it.
Yes. Some helpful, some not. All usable. All, as we've seen, or as we've proven, enough to keep us alive. I hope you prove the same. I know you're a very capable woman and a capable warrior. And I think you will be a wonderful addition to our little troop.
I just wish I was here earlier.
I'm sure Ferrando does too.
Speaking of which, why can't I see your shapeshift ability under your features?
So that's because I had to remake my character sheet after the, after we did the one shot for the one campaign, and I just didn't re-add it because I didn't know the exact wording.
Or
Got it, let me grab it. Something had it.
you shape-shifted the shape-shifting feat into something benign.
That would be amazing.
Super meta.
Super meta sus.
See if there's
Uh,
a name for meta sauce.
I vote green off. I vote to kick green off the aircraft.
Hey, but I'm green.
Exactly.
This doesn't seem fair. You're over there crying. You can't talk.
An emergency
People mute.
an emergency meeting was called.
Dead people mute up. We're all at the table. You're not.
Dead people tell no tales.
I have to take a picture of this dog. You are very cute.
Aww.
Okay, so what are we waiting on?
Nothing.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Oh, we're waiting on something.
Ooh, that's
Maybe it's just because of how my mind works, but this now also sounds like the one song from Doctor Who from the Rings of Akaten that they sing. I don't know if anybody else is enough of a New Who fan to recall this as well. Everything to me sounds like something, and then you're gonna play the hyena thing, and it's some.
I was just doing that to see if anybody could like figure out where it was coming from, but Steven got it like almost immediately.
I was trying to debate whether it was coming from Discord. I was like, wait a second, it's not coming from Discord.
It's not coming from outside. Neither is it Ian.
Okay, so what are you guys wanting to do? You guys wait the night through, so the next day, you guys get all of your enchantments and your half plates finished.
I just take a look at the
Alright.
the
Fantastic.
axe
Let's
beaks.
leave.
I'm just gonna take a look at the axe beaks and then do find Steed. And then the Steed's name will be Samael.
I'll call mine Beaky.
Do you guys have the statistics for axe beaks?
I don't believe so.
No.
Can you move me back to where everyone else is? I'm all alone.
By the
I wanted
way,
to be alone, remember?
Yeah, for that night. It's the next day. We fast forwarded before I could even go to bed.
You can just walk off that ledge if you want.
Okay, bye.
Karn can help.
I'm going to be feeding my griffin or whatever also. As we're
Oh, I meant to ask. Can I get what were they called? Rations. Because I am so down on rations from that 6 day.
True.
You're kind of fucked because remember they can only house you for 2 days because they're low on rations.
Oh shit.
So we
Okay.
can't buy rations.
No, not
We'll
from them.
So we'll
Got
need
it.
to hunt.
Well,
hunting.
either we'll survive or we won't. Let's go.
Oh.
Travel time.
Show the players, show everyone. There you go. Now you guys have axe beaks.
1d8 slashing. Oh, I remember Axe Beaks.
What's their what is their movement speed and stuffs?
We don't have their character sheet, we just have the bio.
Oh. You guys should be able to see it. There you go.
Here we go.
Hey, now he can. Speed of 50 feet. Okay.
And to clarify, that is only when they are on snow.
Cool.
Because when they are on the roads, they travel at the same speed as a person. Actually, I think they actually only travel at like 2 miles per hour. Which I think is what people travel in Icewind Dale.
People travel that slow?
Yes. In Icewind Dale they do.
Due to the snow, yeah.
I'm just double checking to make sure.
Nice.
Imagine traveling that slow. Imagine being a people. Couldn't be us.
So yeah. To the iceberg that we go to. Yeah?
To the glacier.
Yeah, that
Oh,
thing.
those are some spicy intelligence rolls.
Do they already have names?
The Axe-Beaks? They do not, no. They're just creatures that they ride for mounts.
Cool.
Mine is Ural Magnus.
Where
Adrian
is the
just
map
misses
of
her
Icewind
dog.
Dale?
You had a dog?
We all had dogs at one point.
Oh, yes, I recall. That was right as I met you.
Yeah. Adrian misses her dog.
You guys haven't been on this map in a while.
No, we haven't.
Dry land!
And we're the way the fuck up here.
Where the fuck is your party token?
Still on Solstice.
True.
Well, I didn't remove it from this map to put it on Solstice, so it should be on this map too still. Or I guess the update
refreshed
fucked
this
it,
map.
so...
Like, we had to redraw this little point over here for the cave.
Yeah, it's because of the update, I remember. Tools, party token.
This is where
There you
we're gonna live, right there.
Right on the dot.
Okay.
What do you mean? This is part way to where we need to fight the Frostmate.
I'll say, where do we know where we need to go?
To the Rekhead Glacier. Some points on the Rekhead Glacier.
Which is
You can ask Professor Stance if you'd like.
this thing, right?
Yes, it's
Yep.
this.
Maybe the Redhead Glacier is also where we thought Ferrando and I got teleported, so maybe we'll find that. If we're lucky.
That's also where my girlfriend is.
Sure is.
You have a girlfriend?
Ooh, aren't the Goliath tribes out
Yeah?
there too?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
the
just-
Goliath tribes are in this planet of the world, not the Rekhead Glacier. The Rekhead tribes are in the Rekhead Glacier.
Gotcha.
The Goliath tribes are like in this spine over here.
Okay, I gotcha. Oh, rip that idea.
This is, it's right here, right? The red.
This
Yeah.
all this like
Oh, it did not like on that layer. 1 second.
And the
That was
hey, we
Yeah.
can see the label.
that
Alright.
was supposed to
Well-
be on the map layer already.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna maintain. Hold on, let me actually see if I can maintain it for an entire ride. Because I have locate object.
Yeah, it's only concentration up to an hour.
Okay. I have 3 spell slots. Oof. For that.
But
Oh,
It's
it's
on it as well. And does it
It's-
travel with you?
it does,
right?
yeah.
It does. Yeah, it's on my person.
It's within 1,000 feet, I believe, is the range.
Yeah. So. Within 1,000 feet of you, so it's 1,000 feet within a circle.
Yeah, it's a 1,000 foot radius around you at all
Mhm.
times while it's active.
Up to 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was an concentration up to an hour.
No, that's not going to be
Oh.
very useful.
Until we get within eyesight of the glacier, probably.
And because of age, when the guys' back space are going to be zooming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That means that they can move at a rate of 5 miles per hour because they aren't slowed by the tundra. Normally, they can only move at 1 mile per hour in the tundra, so...
5 miles per
Hell
hour. Let's go. How far are we away?
A year,
Like 57
according
miles.
to my calculations.
Well, to the edge of the glacier, if we do a straight line, here we go.
That's
We'd have
It's
to cross
like-
it an ice, yeah.
Well, to the edge of the glacier right here, it's like 44 miles. So that would be 8
Oh
hours.
my god, 8.8 hours. Holy shit, we can
Yeah,
travel
so
that
we would
distance in a day?
We'd camp at the base of the reg.
Yeah,
Right
we'd
by
camp
the
because
glacier.
it'd be 40 miles is 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
So we'd camp like right here.
Right on the frozen river, most likely.
Yeah, like right here,
Assuming those
and
are
then we could
rivers.
make it there on the second day and explore wherever we want to explore.
Zoom, zoom.
Dope,
Yeah,
dope.
damn, that's fucking nuts. Thank
Yeah.
you for that level into Ranger.
Yeah, that was.
You're welcome. I ruined my character and my chance of getting a magic weapon because of this.
Oh, damn. It's so clutch. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so right there, at the 40-mile mark.
You ruined your chance of getting a hexblade weapon. Let's specify there.
Okay, I might already have 2 magic weapons. But they're not
Yeah, you-
that magic.
Like, what do you mean?
All right. So yeah, can we travel there?
Yeah, move your token.
I'm holding the
Yeah.
distance.
I
Someone,
can't move it.
some,
It's supposed to be under control by everyone.
Well,
It's
It
not.
ain't
Right.
this game sometimes. Okay, now try.
Now I can move it. Oh, that's where our combat is. Now you've done it.
Do we have any random attacks?
You guys are traveling 40 miles. Jesus fuck.
We can just
it over your
outrun
dumb
the
You guys
rangers.
are outrunning all of them, so...
outrunning all of what?
All of the random
That
encounters.
is-
If
Hell
there
yeah.
are wolves or something, we could like stop
And kill them and
you know,
harvest
kill
them.
Yeah.
Nope, only Knowles and Remorazes, so...
Yeah.
Would a griffin eat a Rimmeras?
Or what?
Can we kill a
Would-
Rimmeraz? That's the question.
Well, it would be a baby because the adult ones are over there, right?
Or that one's over where?
In the Reghead Glacier.
The axe beaks move
50
at
feet per
5
second.
miles an hour?
Yeah. With Adrian's help. Normally it's 1
Wow.
mile per hour.
Horses fucking demolish that with 55 miles per hour. I'm not sure how the ruling is in 5e, but that's how fast horses are.
Horses are, yeah, because horses have a movement speed of 60 feet. So they're 10 feet.
Okay.
They're 10 feet faster per second.
Right. And
So
that's
they
not
can-
like 55 miles per hour is not going to be. That's going to be a sprint.
No,
That's not
but
gonna
yeah,
be a
that's
fucking-
travel speed is 6 miles per hour on like a normal road for a horse.
Hmm.
So they can travel an extra mile per hour faster than the axe beaks.
As you're traveling along the roads, Isaac, you get a headache in your head, and you start getting like flashes of visions, sort of like literal flashes of images that are only there for like half a second before they're interrupted by something. So you'll get like flashes of a vision, and then it'll go dark, and then you'll get another flash of vision, and then go dark. Your vision is just sort of flickering between these two things, as though something is trying to connect you, but it's being stopped.
I wonder what it could be. Oh no.
You don't know if this is happening.
Out of character, I do.
I know. Oh. Can I try to focus in on it? Try to sort of through it, or no?
Sure, make a wisdom save.
You want food? Is that what you want, doggy? You want food? All right, hold on, let me just feed the dogs.
As you attempt to, like, focus on the vision, you hear a voice in your head. They try to turn you from me.
Oh. Well, this complicates things.
Alright, and then you guys, arrive at, well, where you are.
Is there anything that we see at all, or is it just barren snow and glacier?
It's just bare snow currently. I wonder if the...
Is there
the
any-
game doesn't really, like, give me
Are there any,
I played.
is there a storm going on right now, or is it clear?
Right now...
Oh, are we? We did take our guys with us, right? The 5 guys. I'm assuming we
Oh, we
would
didn't
have.
get any information from. We would have gotten the information back.
Oh, there's
Then-
so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about them until right now. The 5 guys that the warden entrusted to us, that are essentially our personal soldiers now, they came with us.
They?
Yes,
They could on Axe Peaks.
probably on their own Xbox. Yeah.
Okay.
Joke's on us. I don't rip my ass.
And the white dragon comes down.
Nasty beasties.
Yeah, doorbell just showed up, and you're dead.
And you're dead. I was like, where was there? Was the and it's gone.
Yeah, I don't think we want to fight one at all.
No, we don't want to fight a Rimmeraz. We can just outrun a Rimmeraz. It's fine.
True. A baby zombie runs towards you. Panic. You kill it. Calm. You're in a Halloween party. Panic. Oh no.
Yay.
To be honest, I didn't expect you guys to make it here. I thought that you guys were gonna, like, roleplay your way out.
Of what?
Normally you guys, like, roleplay and take, like, entire sessions like this, especially when a new character gets introduced.
Ah, so you didn't prepare the Raghead Glacier, is what you're saying.
Nope, so I am reading a section of it.
What do you want? Do you want me to, like, bash on this noble who met us and, like, instantly started getting super emotional, or should we
Yeah, how
have a
dare she
bonding
get? How
moment?
dare she get emotional after her daughter is ripped from her and her father ends up destroying like her students, and then she finds out that her lover died. Fucking
He's actually
weep.
like, your father's actually super evil, and
Fucking, why does Luke Skywalker get to say no, but like Dorabella can't? Is this sexism? I think it is.
true. If Luke Skywalker were with us right now, I would treat him the same way. You should just go cool off a little bit, jump
Is
into
this-
the ocean.
He's the
Is
one.
this triangle the route that we actually took? Is that what's going
No.
on? that's what Adrian guided us around. She's like, we're gonna do a
I'm
pretty
trying.
design.
I'm trying to draw something. Hold on. I'm
We're
not doing-
actually gonna like take a path that is actually just a magic circle. What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to draw something.
I'm sure Drunk is also. Oh, Drunk is drawing something. Oh no. Good job, Drunk.
That is such a horrible representation of what I wanted.
Okay, I lied. There is something that happens along your way to the Red Cat Glacier.
Oh, Isaac dies.
It's a Remoraz, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
It's our Beatrice, isn't it?
Wait.
So as you guys are crossing the tundra, you get to about here, and as you cross another ridge, you spot a dozen humanoids approaching. They're close to flapping in the wind, sweeping down from the eastern glacier.
From
One of them raises their hand and waves in a friendly manner. You guys recognize these to be members of the Elf tribe.
they're coming from where?
Just over another ridge coming towards you.
Oh, okay.
I raise my hand back and wave at them.
You.
Adrugast, do you remember the setting that Franda fell in?
Oh, the setting.
What was nearby? Anything distinctive?
I already told you and the warden everything I know as far as the dwellings that were there, it being under attack. It was, and the child that was supposedly blessed by the Frost Maiden, and I assumed it to be one of the Reghead clans, but I don't know which.
Well, maybe they've seen something. Do you all mind if we take a stop and inquire?
Well, the axe speaks, this is at the end of the day, right?
This is as you guys are traveling during the day.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we
Not
can stop.
long.
We can stop for
I
a little while.
definitely would have stopped. Yeah, I definitely would have stopped, and I would have cautiously approached them.
I'll go over. Well met.
Well met. There's an alcove over here by the rocks that's a bit more out of the wind.
As you wish.
You'll sort of like hunker down behind the rock. It's sort of guarding you guys from the harsh winds.
I have a question about something you may not have seen.
Before we get to anything, we're here because we've seen you, the wayfaring strangers. Visions have been coming to the majority of our shamans. My name is Mjolnir. I'm a druid with the Reghead tribe of the Elk.
Elk? But I thought they were destroyed.
We have many tribes. What do you mean destroyed?
I look towards the others.
The Tiger Tribe.
Well, yes. No tribe has a central location. We all have in our own groups of nomads. Did something happen to one of the other groups?
Yes.
This is news to me.
Magic was used during our trial of the Frost Maiden. We were
Well, in any case, if this isn't of import right now, I need to warn you. Tigers with ice in their veins are coming to spill your blood upon the snow. They will do anything in their power to keep you from finding what the Frost Maiden has preserved underneath the ice.
Wait, what? What with ice in there? Tigers?
Tigers.
Tiger Clan? Question
Khan, I
mark?
think you'll have your revenge soon,
They're coming. I knew it.
and we will be ready for them.
I'm
We'd
assuming.
like to offer you escort to the foot to the Caves of Hunger. We've located where it is. We just need you to be able to break open the ice.
As long as you can keep up with our axe beaks.
Do I detect any sense of lying or dishonesty?
You do not.
Okay. Perhaps on the way I can ask some questions about the surrounding area?
You can, but unfortunately we won't be able to keep up with your mount.
How many of them are there? And can axe beaks carry 2 people?
No.
Axe beaks cannot carry 2 people.
Okay.
Where are we relative to...
And also,
Like-
you never answered my question earlier. Our 5 soldiers that were entrusted to us came with us. Yes. Do they all have their own axe beaks, or could they not come with us because axe beaks?
We sort of forgot about them, didn't we?
Yep.
We dropped that entire storyline.
We sent them out to go get information, help people and such, and then that was about it.
I think we actually kept them to
We kept them at Revel's End.
to get information from the final torturing of prisoner
Fresh.
237. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were supposed to find out. We were supposed to find out what he knows. Which when we were there, I'm assuming we didn't hear screaming, so the should have been done. Yeah, I totally forgot about all that. So we could maybe do a little bit of backtracking.
Rather than backtracking, I would just say that 3 of them were there that could have come with you.
Okay.
Okay. And what did we
3 of the 5.
and what did we know? What did we learn about the information that he extracted?
Prisoner 237. Actually, didn't know that much.
Oh.
So, Prisoner 237, the information that he knew, was mainly about the history of the Netherese Empire. He didn't know a whole lot about the specific city of Ithrin. He only knew about the history of the Netherese, unlike Professor Scant, who has all of the information about Ithrin.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay, so he was useless. And well,
Mildly unfortunate.
oh well.
Yeah, so the information that he did know was... Nethril was a civilization ruled by powerful wizards. It fell more than 1,000 years ago. The Netherese learned magic first from the elves and later from the fabled Nether Scrolls. Netherese magic was far more powerful than present-day magic, so much so that it made even the gods tremble. Evil subterranean creatures known as the Therium were instrumental in Nethril's fall. But it was Hubri that ultimately spelled the kingdom's doom. Tarsus, a Netherese archmage, tried to usurp the power of Mistral, the goddess of magic. He failed, destroying himself and turning the weave in the process. It would be years before anyone could use or control magic again. And then when asked about the other Arcane Brotherhood members, about Avarice, he said, the Tiefling albino, I think she has a promising future. About the Zon, he says, he's a red wizard of Thay, need I say more? About Nosalantimir, he says she's a nobody. About Velen, he says, had powerful members of her family not pulled strings to get her into the Brotherhood, that old scarecrow would still be reamming dead cats in long saddle.
Okay. And where did we stop with the Elk Tribe?
They had just told you...
Because this is if we traveled.
Yeah,
straight
where
into
did we
Expedia.
encounter them at our travel? Like,
It would have. It says several hours before you reach the Redhead Glacier. So
Ah.
I suppose
this is 1 hour before we reach the Redhead Glacier.
So right here.
Well, if you were on foot, then it'd be several hours. So if we go off of you guys traveling, 1/4 of a mile with snowshoes.
It
that
would be several
you-
hours.
Several hours from right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Lol.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, you guys rest for the night. They come over.
So, perfect. Let's go.
Woo!
Adrian. Or put another way. Adrian. Adrian.
But yeah, so they had just told you that tigers with ice in their veins are coming, and that they could. Then they were offering escorts with their tribe to the mouth of the caves.
Well, sure.
Except
I mean, we can accept their escort, because we don't exactly know where the entrance is, right?
You do not know.
Yeah, they do.
Well, actually, Isaac would know if his visions were big into but his visions keep getting interrupted, so yeah, you guys don't know.
Yeah, because you want to know why? Because fucking sentient swords that's why. Sentient swords are always a bad deal.
ooh,
Did they give me a map for this? Please somebody give me a map for this.
I was gonna say if no one else
Give me a
knows.
map. God damn.
Huh?
Generic ice map, go!
Yeah.
You sound,
We'll use this one because this one is more akin to what it would look like. Yetis.
Gadget coloscopy.
this fucking video is so morbid.
Oh, that's rough.
This is a fucking 2008 YouTube video, probably, right? No, it's from this year. Holy shit. Okay.
That's way too meta for 2008 or whatever. Like, that's definitely modern.
Well, that type of no holds bar, terrible dark jokes humor is definitely
I
Early
definitely missed
2000s.
that from old cartoons and such.
yeah.
Maybe
Well-
we watch different things nowadays, but that's the majority of the humor I find nowadays.
Gotta say, Zoomers have it down pat. I think.
Or Zoomers again?
Zoom.
How old
Young
are
people that are younger than me.
It's Gen Z, so let's see, hold on, let me see. Generation.
What gen am I?
This generation.
So
97 and 2015. So between 6 and 24 in the.
I was born in 97.
There you go. You're a Zoomer. The Tide Pod
no.
fucking shit.
hold on.
God. I'm a millennial. shit.
Yeah.
I'm a
So,
millennial as well.
but there's also a micro generation, because born in if you were born between 1997 and 2000, that's you're considered what's the micro generation of zillennial, because you're it's right from the transition
Yeah.
of you're not quite a true Zoomer, but you're not quite a true millennial either. So there's
Yeah,
that.
there's
There's
always
there's
gonna be
that
that,
4 year. There's
Yeah.
that 4 year micro generation from 96 to 2000.
Yeah,
and then
it's
it-
not so clean cut for sure.
Ooh, 94.
But yeah,
Not
I
for
was-
me.
I was born in '96. I'm technically a millennial, but I do kind of consider myself as part of the micro generation as well. Because yeah,
You're
but
essentially
I'm actually
millennials.
I feel super encouraged by what I see from Zoomers. So there's watch millennials are gonna be like, oh, Zoomers, don't know, but fuck that.
I think
'cause,
that's every
Yeah,
generation
I'm
now.
amazing. Everybody should know that. Me and Amaya, we're the best. Zoomers unites.
Like, Zoomers make content like this. Have any of you seen Feeding Steven?
No.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I can't watch any of
It's-
these videos yet.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Right. Streaming.
Oh, I watched the entire compilation you posted of it.
Yeah, the Feeding Steven. It's so good. It's like fucking auto text-to-speech characters, like, feed me, bitch. Like, it's just great.
Jesus.
That's what's on your guys' team.
Huh?
What's on our team?
I don't see it.
Well, I was just muttering it in my mouth,
Oh.
my breath. I made Karn say Jesus.
Oh.
Or no.
I prefer the term Jesus, but
Actually, you guys are fighting a Tarask. I changed my mind.
oh shit.
Hold on, let me just look up the stats of it real quick, and we're dead.
Well, I mean, if we're
And
if we're
done.
I would say if we're fighting Jesus, it's real easy. All we have to do is hire the Romans.
That is true, though.
Fucking ouch.
No one expects the Romans.
And then we take the legendary weapon Spear of Destiny.
And demonetized.
It's not like this channel's getting money anyway. We're not even anywhere near the subscriber count needed to monetize.
At the watch hours, they're really
I subscribed. I just recently subscribed to our channel. To your channel.
I could actually.
It's like it's not even for those purposes anyway. It's we're
Yeah.
we're purely doing it for recording purposes, and that's it.
And if people enjoy it, then they enjoy it. But pretty much it's for record keeping.
Yep.
Twitch I do for entertainment. When I actually do Twitch, which is like never calling myself out.
Anyways, well, I play all sorts of popular music.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think there are ways probably to grow viewership for this, but that's like anything with the YouTube channel is fucking involved. It's a massive grind.
We're like so rough though, like we have to polish ourselves in order to like really go anywhere.
Yeah, we could
I-
organize it in such a way. Like, we've had amazing roleplay moments. Like that fucking the thing in the mines was fucking golden.
That was.
Thing in
You
the
know,
mines.
yeah, we just have
Yeah,
to we just have to strip down. We would have to strip down the VODs. Like,
Thing in the mines.
Grass.
Touching moment when
The,
we
the moment when you got like corrupted or
when
possessed by the ghost and shit.
yeah, like your secret was revealed, my secret was revealed. Like, it was a lot.
Like yeah, like a lot of
That's
shit
just
happened
mad.
that one.
That was bound to happen.
But it all happened at once, and it was kind of beautiful.
Yeah, it was all gonna happen at once.
Yeah.
I'm missing somebody. Who am I
It was
missing?
destined. It was foretold by the gods.
It was like someone wrote like a really good scene, and then it happened. And then another moment we could have like cut up and put up is like how we decided on the name Wayfaring Strangers.
Yeah.
That was great.
How about that? I hate that still.
I thought
Goddamn nobles
I think I
deciding
just
our
randomly
names.
thought of that name too.
It
Like,
wasn't. It was Ferrando that messed up saying the name.
Yeah.
Like, and then like the Wayfinding Strangers, and then everyone corrected Ferrando. No, the Wayfaring Strangers, and we're like, okay, that's how we decided. Like,
It's all your fault.
yep, everything has been Ferrando's fault.
I'm gonna dip in for a second while I read this combat section.
Sure.
Okay, bye. And that's why you died, because it's all your fault.
Exactly.
I just
That's
don't.
why Adrian is still alive.
It's like everyone's blaming me.
Blaming you?
Yes, for Brando's
Wait.
death.
Who? Who is blaming you?
Everyone. Dorabella blames me. I blame me.
The only reason I brought it up is because like I overheard you.
Overheard me.
I had a line prepared if people were like sensitive to the fact and were delivering it the piece by piece information, and the line was, "Let me guess, he did something stupid he thought was clever," but I didn't get to say that. So
Unlucky.
Yeah, no. It would have been a great line, but you know. That's what I love about D&D is like it doesn't matter how much you prepare, you know.
But yeah, no, everyone's blaming me kind of as they should, but also it's like, you know, we did the best we
If I ever
could.
blamed you. If anything, you should be blaming me.
Why would I blame you?
No, he should be blaming me.
Oh.
You should. You weren't there.
I don't know shit.
Yeah.
But, like-
you're not even a part of our group.
Because
You're just some
like,
rando.
I know that the only reason that Fernando died is because we just rushed into it, but like, that, you know, we were working with the information that we had at the time, and that was the best decision we could have made. That was the best decision we made with the information that we
Yeah.
had.
Like
We didn't ask.
I don't
enough
think there was-
questions, the
Yeah,
right
we didn't-
questions.
We didn't ask enough questions. That is true. If we had asked more questions, we would have known. We could have rested there, and then we would have rested, and then been just fine.
But that's
didn't-
not a question you typically just ask a random NPC in a dungeon who
Yeah.
was awakened by the Frost Maiden.
Yeah. Hey, is this
We
safe to
can
rest
do.
here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me food. You're good.
Yeah. I thought we asked a bunch of questions. Like we were like
We did. We just didn't ask
didn't
all of the
know very
important
much.
questions.
like can we rest here?
Like,
Because
yeah,
we just assumed she'd be back, and that
We-
she would know, you know, we're in her fucking house, which I don't think is an unreasonable assumption.
Yeah,
To make.
No.
no, it's exactly. But like, I feel like I partially rushed us into just thinking that and not actually like asking questions. It's like, oh yeah, she will be back at this time, period. And that's because I tried pushing us out of that first room early, which we didn't do. And then we felt like we were on a time crunch, possibly. I don't know how you guys felt. I'm not the party leader or anything, so.
I mean, I haven't talked to Maya about this. I was like, I felt like maybe I don't know, the module like could have given us more of a hint that we had time. Because I don't know, I don't see how we could have possibly assumed otherwise. Like we did ask questions and yada yada, but like, you know, it's I don't know, like.
unless you specifically ask one of like two questions, either A, you know, are we okay to rest here, or B, something along the lines of, you know, won't the Frost Maiden know we're here, kind of thing. Unless you
Yeah.
ask one of those two questions, you'll never know.
I just think
And
that's
that-
like
and-
kind of like
And it's
super like
and
you get fucked. You know what I mean?
and it's like
if you-
and what else are you supposed to assume?
right, and like it would be fine if like that made us at a disadvantage, but it fucked us, and that's why I think like the module should probably do something where it's like, you know, like hints at it at least, but like being offered nothing, and I think making a reasonable assumption that you cannot like long rest with the time limit we were given. I think the module like should have probably done more. Like we got so many warnings about what's his face. That if the guy who killed Jay, you know what I mean? Like that felt like our
level
fault.
one. You
I know, but
should
that-
get warnings at level 1, but after that, it's like, oh, but we know what's in store for us at this point.
Yeah, we should probably know better.
But
Well-
granted, I
But,
feel
like-
like if we didn't split up, we would have been fine.
If you didn't
Probably.
split up, you would have been
Probably.
fine. Yes.
Probably,
Also,
yeah.
my idea, but I also don't really care.
But also,
The module does not count on you guys dividing yourselves for the trials.
Yeah, that was definitely.
but
not
again,
good.
like I said, we didn't know that we had quote unquote limitless time to complete all of them. So we thought we were in a time crunch, and we're like, if we try to do all these one at a time as an entire group, we won't make it.
You guys didn't know how long the trials took in general, because you guys never asked him how long the trials took.
No, we did. We did ask him, and he said he
We
didn't
did.
know. He said sometimes they come back in a couple hours, sometimes it's days, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's never.
Yep.
Sometimes never,
Kind
yeah.
of vague.
And then like coming back in weeks. I mean, that's fine if they're working for the Frost Maiden, right? It just like I'm left guessing. Like other than not splitting up, like I'm left guessing about what we could have done differently. Whereas with the first part of the module, when we all got fucking TPK'd by Mr. fucking Iceman, that definitely felt like our fault because he was like, "Listen, we don't have to fight here.
And we
We don't
chose
have
to
to
keep
do that.
fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we chose
It
to.
But,
wasn't
like-
our fault. That was Steven's fault.
Yeah. Yes, I'll take full blame for that. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we made the best decision. I felt we made the best decision we could have with the information that we had.
I think splitting up is always questionable, just on like the rules of D&D and like how it's a cautionary tale. But even then,
But
I think
like I said, but
I don't know.
true. There's like that unspoken rule: never split the party. But like I said, we thought we were on a time crunch as far as we knew.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, and we're like, if we don't split the party, we'll never get this done in time, and then we'll just come back and
Yeah.
the
Okay,
Frost.
I'm going to give you guys a forewarning as a DM. Never split the party, even if you think you're on a time crunch.
There we go. All right, and that's the main
Even if you
takeaway
think
that
you're
I think.
on a time crunch, you really shouldn't split the party because the modules do not count on you splitting the party.
Ever?
At least don't split it into pairs. Like if you're gonna split it in half. Do not split it like pairs, single person. Because
Yeah.
that's how you kill each other. If you guys even had just one more person in that combat, you guys would have been fine.
Yeah, actually, yeah, very true. And I mean that's the
Because
takeaway for us.
the module counts on you guys splitting in half. Like that's in the module. But it does not count on you guys splitting into 2, 2, 1, 2.
I do all I would say, and this is my point, is that the module should give you some way of communicating that without it being like metagamey. And it just wasn't there. Like it was with the first fight we had with the frozen dude. Like that was explicit. And we just decided nope, and then we got the consequences of that. But like for
I
this
guess
one,
the module just thinks
It doesn't think we'll be that dumb.
well,
That's what you're gonna say.
basically.
essentially what I'm saying. Like you guys going to the temple of the Frostmaiden, and then being like, splitting the party is a good idea.
The druids went in 1 or 2.
That's exactly that was the
yeah.
information that we got.
And
So
I
it
never
was
thought,
like-
and I never said it was a good idea. It said it was the best decision we made with the information we had.
yeah.
And I know I had an inkling it was going to be something like that, and I was like, are we sure we want to split up?
Karn did ask if you guys were sure that you wanted to split up. Karn
I
did
think
ask.
also, yeah, and I think
And like
Adrian
doing,
also said
doing
something.
something like that, like from my experience DMing, like it's almost like a given that something bad is going to happen if you split, especially 4 ways like that.
I just don't think that you guys the other thing is that were you guys prepared for combat? The thing is that I don't think you guys thought of there's supposed to be 5 players for this module, and
well,
these files are designed for 5 players. I don't think that's a thought that happened.
but the big thing, the piece of information we got was sometimes druids go in alone and come back out.
And the most that he's ever seen druids go in is
Was
a
in
pair.
Exactly.
pairs.
And so that's the information we operated on.
That is because the druids do not work together, because the Frostmaidens druids are greedy.
But we
If
didn't
they
get
work
that.
together, they only work in pairs. They do not work in more than pairs.
Yeah. But if we got that, then it would be like, okay, but like that
was
wasn't
actually something that you guys were supposed to learn from the Lonelywood chapter, but you guys didn't do the Lonelywood chapter, so you guys didn't get to learn that about the Frost druids.
there we go.
Yep. What
Yeah.
is our guy Razabid, something like that.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Robinson.
So and that's where like I just wish the module could have communicated that at some point in time,
That's
because
okay.
like if we needed to do a thing that we didn't need to do, then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
It just
yeah,
sucks.
anyway.
I was just whining because it's it just sucks that a character died because of one misstep. But
Yeah. And
so yeah, I was just like I said, I was just bitching. We can move on.
See where we get.
Alright, who has a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Not me.
Adrian.
Mine's 11, just above average.
10.
13.
12.
Just
Okay,
Adrian?
so only Adrian.
Yup.
Not
well,
even the tribes
Hold on.
members?
Let me see if
The tribe members automatically are aware. So
let me see if
Have aimbot.
I want to have Oh wait, yeah, you never answered my question if it was clear or not. Because if it's not a blizzard outside, I would have had Alvin out. But if it's a blizzard, then Alvin's useless, and I would have had him inside his pocket dimension. Because I believe he has a passive perception of only 13, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. But still, I would have him out if it's clear out. Because he does have dark vision out to 120 feet. Oh, and actually he has a passive perception of 18 because he has advantage on perception checks that require hearing or sight. So it means his passive perception is actually 18.
There is not a blizzard according to what I read in the book, but I could have just like not read enough.
I mean, you can just decide yes or no. I don't really care one way or the other, but it just
DM has
detects.
ultimate
I'm gonna
rules.
say no. And if I'm wrong, then I'll just correct it later.
So there is no.
Very end of
So
the combat.
as of right now, there's no blizzard.
No.
Okay. So then I would have had Alvin out flying above, and he has a passive perception of 18.
Oh, what is the axe beak perception as well?
Not
Let's
that
see.
high, I'm pretty sure.
The perception of your familiars doesn't matter in terms of like your ability to not be surprised in combat.
Not my
Unless you were like seeing through his vision.
not my ability, no.
Okay.
But he, I'm not saying that he would like be able to alert me. I'm just saying that because my owl has its or like if combat starts, Alvin has his own turn, so he wouldn't be surprised. Is all I'm saying.
Also, axe beak
So I guess
passive perception.
this is like meant to be more to be like a cinematic thing anyway, unless you guys choose to fight. So
If it's the Tiger Clan, we're fucking killing them all. I'll fireball them as many times as I fucking have to.
Ryan's already gonna kill them no matter what.
Are you gonna pull a Sea of Thieves cinematic moment?
Let me just steal.
Totally went over my head.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah,
Those of us who've
cinematic moment.
I was say those of us who've only played Sea of Thieves, yeah. That's cinematics that they've learned from Disney. Oh god, it's so good.
Yeah, they are pretty amazing.
alright, let me drag you guys.
That's not foreboding. Large battle music.
Redhead Glacier rises hundreds of feet into the sky. The foot of the glacier is still half a mile away. Suddenly, 24 figures burst out of the burst out of the snow 60 feet away from you. They are spaced roughly 10 feet apart and begin advancing in a line. And then this is where combat happens. I actually did not read that part, so I
Oh,
need to
by the way, the mace gives me vision of I think 20 feet. Hold on, let me just link that.
Light of 20 feet.
Yeah,
Thank you, yeah, light of 20
it
feet.
produces light, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it light that can be turned off or no?
If it's
Unless I
held,
sheath it.
then it's on.
Yeah.
Oh, really? On Mace of Disruption.
Yeah, as long as you're wielding it, it's glowing. But if you're not wielding it, like if it's like hooked onto your side, then it's not glowing. I
Yeah,
don't
so
believe.
while you hold this weapon, it sheds a bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 foot.
So it's like a regular torch. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Super cool.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't need a torch then.
What do you mean? Durabella is gonna get disarmed instantly.
And
Like literally disarmed.
Can I?
God.
Arms ripped off.
sorry, Ian, for building this character.
Can I get a little owl token that I can drag onto the map for Alvin?
Draw
You
it.
should have access to the owl.
I don't.
Roll 20.
Why did they remove everything, dude?
Yeah, because update.
Owl.
I did, but update.
Creatures, owl, edits, magic ass.
What is
Oh,
These are the members of the elk tribe that are escorting us.
Frida also has a passive perception of 15.
Oh, nice.
Who does?
Frida.
My
This is
griffin.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm marking all the elk tribe members.
What about the soldiers that we got?
Those are all the elk tribe members that are with us.
Okay.
I just put a torch on
They,
it.
they would actually be holding. No, they would not be holding light sources because it starts with them lighting torches. So.
And I
The
don't.
first round of combat is actually all of them lighting torches.
Where's my owl token?
That works.
I don't have it.
He's under
That's
monsters and
scary.
NPCs, Steven Town.
I don't have access to the monsters and NPCs list. Creatures and NPCs. I have creatures and NPCs. Axe beaks. Axe head. That's it.
I have access to the owl, but I can't drag it on.
Can I give it to fucking Karn?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you gave it to me when I died, or when everyone was on a different map, so I could see. So I don't have like any character sheets or anything, just the token. Oh, I see that woman.
Jesus, what is that massive cat?
It's probably a saber tooth.
That's huge.
That is Grava.
Rava,
Yep.
leader of the tiger tribe.
No.
Oh,
Bjornhold is the leader of the Tiger Tribe.
ah,
Yeah.
so Rava's who they worship, or is that who she rides?
Grava is her is her combat companion.
Jesus fuck.
And that's Bjornhold. Bjornhold. Okay.
Right, so yeah, you watch them all light torches, and then begin advancing and line towards you. Fucking Christ, are you kidding me? My game just closed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mass combat start. Where's the 50 orcs I promised?
Do we need to roll initiative right now, or?
Yes, because this will be a surprise round for everybody except for Adrian and the Elk Tribe members.
And Alvin,
Oh, hold on, I have
And
something.
Alvin.
which I still need a token for.
Using that one.
This hurts. I keep opening up Ferendo's character sheet.
And I
I'm
have
wi-
my instinct
I'm waiting
attack
for the
as well.
order turn order thing to pop up, so that way we can. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to see it.
I sure am glad I rolled a nat 1.
Ooh, nice! I rolled pretty high.
That's your ass. There, now you should be able to see it.
Yes, now I can. Cool. Let me drag him on. Boop. Hey, that's
I
Alvin.
keep forgetting that fucking Velen has a familiar as well. Because, like, it's supposed to be giving her... It's supposed to be performing the help action on her every turn, but I keep forgetting.
And Alvin has 3 HP, not 1. So I
Okay,
can-
Steven. Okay.
he does! Because he's a familiar.
So we're ruling that we all dismounted, right?
Well, yeah, because this is at the end of the day, right? Or is this traveling the next day?
The alcove.
Yeah, we would have been hanging out. Or not hanging out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This will be happening when you guys travel the next day.
Oh, okay. But we are
So-
dismounted. We're just I think we're just leading our mounts, because the elk tribe can't keep up with our mounts.
I might.
I can give you your mounts if you would like them.
Yeah, if you want to be
Yeah.
ready.
I
I think that would
tried
make
everything on here because I had to quickly make this map. So
I
Sure.
don't want my mount. Unless
Neither
I
do
can
I.
get away.
Woo! Alvin, let's go.
Yeah, I'm not
So
gonna use my mount.
who's on their mounts?
I'm gonna be on my mount.
I will not.
I will not.
Same.
Move myself over to the side because some people are mounting up in the middle of everyone.
Yeah, I'll just move right back here next to Alvin. Why do you have an owl token? There's another owl token right here.
Velen has
That
an
Oh,
owl.
is
that's
Velen.
Velen.
Oh, Velen. Oh, that's right. Velen has an owl. Yeah.
Ah!
That
The light.
torch was. Are you gonna do something for the hammer specifically?
I am going to fix the API so you can just type exclamation torch. Unless you plan on like dropping it.
Oh.
Actually, you can't drop it because it's your.
That's my mace. Yeah.
Exclamation
Yeah, it's your
torch?
mace,
Sounds
so-
super useful.
I was just
Ex-
gonna drag it on. in.
Exclamation torch. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just haven't been using that command because you guys always drop your torches, so it was kind of inconvenience.
Would you
And
need a
it being
customer?
more hassle than it was worth.
See that?
But I can just use it on Dorabella because she can't drop her torch. Because as long as she's holding it, it's there.
Mhm.
If she could drop her torch.
Yeah, she could swap weapons and then it wouldn't be active anymore.
Let me just check my spells real
And
quick.
I-
Make sure.
Exclamation torch off.
You just do the command again and it turns it off.
Okay.
It's a toggle thing.
I've never lit a torch before, but if I did,
That worked. Did that see your vision? Or is it broke? Might have broken.
No, it doesn't help my vision. My vision's the same.
Yeah, it's broken because they changed the dynamic lighting, and it's scripted for the old dynamic lighting. Cool.
Oh, so the exclamation torch command doesn't work.
It's 20 feet of
Bright and 20 feet of dim.
bright, 20 feet of dim, right?
2020, yep.
Just like a regular torch.
Okay. Do you want me to just drag the torch on, or?
Nope.
Oh,
You can have
fuck
it now.
yeah, it worked. All right, cool.
She just
Command
made.
didn't work. I just changed your token settings.
Gotcha.
Let's see, 20 pennies.
You take the 10 on the left, I take the 10 on the right.
Wait, there are literally
Yeah,
20 of
points
them?
to head. Yeah.
You can see
Holy
1,
shit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
How are we gonna do the mass combat rules? Or are we gonna divide them
12,
up?
13, 14, 15.
There's a specific way that the combat goes, so
Ah, okay.
don't worry about it.
Not worrying.
In fact, I don't even have to roll. Well, actually, you guys are probably gonna fight them afterwards, so yeah, I'm gonna have to roll initiative for them. The only problem is that they're both tribe warriors, so
Color coat.
with all of them being tribal warriors, I don't know how I'm gonna separate them in the turn order.
Color code them.
Yeah, color cut them.
Advance.
Remember what I did with the forest ambush with the hobgoblins and goblins?
I need a bottle of balls.
Well, isn't this a divine stroke of luck?
Yarnhill.
yeah. Aren't you excited to go kill?
I am excited to fucking explode these guys with fireballs.
Where did I put that glad?
I have
I'd
three.
like to-
I have 3 3rd level fireballs and I have 3 3rd level fireballs and 2 4th level fireballs with their names on them.
I'd like to use my sword for the first time. Preferably killing that saber-toothed tiger.
Arms
And then
expression
eat it.
literally that gif.
Dread. I have so many
Gone.
character sheets I have open right now. This is horrible.
Garn, I will give you a present at the end of this.
Being
Either the chief's head or the head of the saber-tooth.
wrong. The chief's head is mine.
Fair enough. Then the saber-tooth will be a wonderful pauldron on your left shoulder.
It's gonna be a nice fur cloak. Oh yeah, and I do have like saber-tooth tiger, like claw or teeth that I collect too.
I also, Amaya, when you grab a moment, I have a question
The
specifically.
saber-tooth
about the spell.
fangs.
Yep.
Go ahead. I am like finished pulling up all these fucking character sheets.
Okay, so I want to know how you rule Warding Bond as it pertains to heavy armor mastery. Is it magic damage, or is it the same damage that the other person takes?
So each time you take damage, you take the same amount of damage. The spell ends if you drop your 0 hit points or if you and the target have except for your 60 feet. Also, until the spell is cast again on either of the targeted creatures, you can also just you also take the same damage because it says you take the same amount of damage. So I would assume it's also the same time.
Cool. Right.
Versus your divine feature, which says that it cannot be reduced at any.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know if warding bond is that same. As
But warding bond, you can't use it unless
Damage
both
from
people are wearing
warding
platinum
bond
rings worth
being-
at least 50 gold.
I was gonna point that out
What about-
also.
Really?
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
that's part of the
component.
that's the material component is a pair of platinum rings. So you have to be wearing a platinum ring, and then whoever you're casting on also has to have a platinum ring, both worth 50
I thought
gold each.
I will let
because
you
of-
prepare a different spell. Please do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you check the components of your other spells too.
Yeah, because that's like I said, that warding bond is a very good spell, but yeah, that's how the rings is how warding bond links you guys.
I thought if you have a spell casting thingy.
Not if it specifies a gold cost.
Yeah.
So if any
Okay,
components
okay.
specify a gold cost, you have to have that specific component.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
if it says that it's consumed on use.
Yeah, if it's consumed or has a gold cost, you have to have that actual item.
And every
Okay.
spell will list what it requires as well. So if there's usually a cost associated with it, then you're gonna have to have that item. Other than that, the pouches should have everything you need unless it's something obscure.
But like for example, oops, not that one. I was just looking at that one. For example, this one, Dragon's Breath. It says that components is a hot pepper. I don't actually need that hot pepper because it's not
Doesn't
consumed,
consume it. Yeah.
and it doesn't have a gold price. So the arcane focus does work for that.
Right. So locate object is gonna have. It's a forked twig, but it's not consumed.
Yeah, and so your divine focus works, or your holy symbol works for that, because it doesn't actually it's not consumed. It doesn't have a gold cost.
Gotcha. Well, I'm about to get fucking 2 rings because warding bond is so fucking good.
You're gonna do it with
Yeah.
Karn.
I've thought about it. I think it
Are you
actually.
doing a warding bond in addition to your channel divinity?
Well, now I can't use warding bond, but yeah, I
I'm
have.
saying like once you get warding bond, you plan on using both.
Depends on the situation, because I can use my channel divinity on reaction, whereas warding
Warding
bond.
bond is just active for an hour.
Yeah, so like if it would make it safer for Adrian to be in the front lines or I can even do it on Karn because resistances and then another resistance and then my fucking heavy shield mastery.
So the resistances won't stack unless it's a completely separate type.
Oh my god.
I think
Both
it's separate.
tribal warrior groups rolled natural 20s on their initiative.
Do they have the same stats?
Sure do.
All right.
Maybe fun.
Roll a d.
Moderator.
You need to roll a d2 for each of them. Coin flip to see which one goes first.
Man, managing this with many enemies is not fucking fun.
I wholeheartedly concur.
So,
Where are you? You son of a bitch.
Drunk, this is what specifies. Let me just put that in chat.
Sheet up, sheets.
Oh, okay. So now for me, since I would most likely be raging, it wouldn't stack on me. So it
Okay.
essentially wouldn't do anything, and it doesn't.
It would give you resistance to elemental damages, but it wouldn't double up on the resistance for
Yeah.
bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
So
You are correct.
whatever that and cold, so I would basically gain resistance to everything else.
Okay, so it makes I was mainly considering it for Adrian.
And that's good for really for
Yeah.
Adrian, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to decrease the size of some of these sheets because Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, don't you just need 2 sheets, one for one side, one for the other? Or are all the soldiers different?
Sorry, let me make sure my dog doesn't have to go out because she's been peeing on the floor recently.
You see all the different types of soldiers there are, Steven?
Yeah,
There's
so-
Druids, Gladiator, and then there's Bjornhild, Rava, the Tribal Warriors, the Owls, Velen.
Okay, my bad.
Alright, I'm gonna have to take the dog out.
No worries.
This should be a fun combat.
Take your time, take your time.
Too bad we don't have walls defending us.
Who needs walls?
Probably combat for next week, considering
Yeah,
when
that's
you're
what
8
I'm
o'clock.
thinking because of the time. It's just taking me so long to set this up because I thought they would have a map for this, but no, they don't. It's
it-
supposed to be cinematic. The players are just supposed to run by the combat while the elk tribe tells the players to continue on and they can handle it, and then the players are supposed to continue on.
Fuck that! We ain't leaving them behind. Fuck you.
But also, the module doesn't expect for Karn to have a bloodlust. That he's
Yeah, no. I have an Oath of Vengeance going right now for this bitch. She's gonna die.
Minimize the fuck.
Oh wow, could you imagine if Karn multiclassed into Oath of Vengeance Paladin?
Well, I would. That's originally what I was thinking, but my charisma's not high enough to go paladin. So
Yeah, you need at least 13 charisma to go paladin.
I completely threw that out once I read what the statistics were for it.
I was saying, is charisma your dump stat?
No. So wisdom and intelligence are.
Oh, okay.
They're both a 9. Other than that, charisma's 10. So, I mean, I could theoretically multi-class into either fighter or rogue. So.
Helen. What else? What other three do I have left? Is it all 6 of them? That's all 6. Okay.
So are we stopping then? Are we just gonna have this all set up ready for next time?
Probably, because I just remember we also have fucking, Eridus after this.
Yep.
Ooh.
So we actually can't continue without delaying the others who are waiting. Actually, are we
I'm
even
back.
still playing? Did anybody cancel?
Anthony didn't say anything. Like,
They never. That's what my monitor looks like, by the way. My second one. It was a lot more hectic, but I just organized it.
Yeah, that's about right. 6 separate types. Oof.
God, that gift, Denny. I love it.
So yeah, we will pick this up at the end of next week. All the initiative has been rolled, and we will finish it then.
Also, real quick though, for the ones that roll the nat 20s, just roll roll d2 for each of them to see which one rolls higher. Or
Druid also rolled
or just like, I don't know, roll more dice on either side to see which one rolls higher to see who wins the coin flip or whatever.
Or I can just do this, and then that's already a coin flip.
Okay.
And your guys' one's won the coin flip, as you can see.
Wait, but where's Alvin? Hold on. What's Alvin's dex modifier?
Did you roll for Alvin?
Yeah, he got a 20. He has a 13 dex. I don't know what their dex is, but
Tribal Warriors dex is...
so Alvin should be 20.13.
You'd be above them.
Alvin goes first.
And what is the Druids? Alvin is also above the Druid, but the Druid is above the Warriors.
Woohoo!
Cool, and we'll pick it up next week.
Woo!
After I just spent all this time organizing all these fucking characters.
Just leave it up.
15 minutes to fucking open them.
Yeah,
leave it up until next Saturday, lol.
Heck.
Yeah, be good. Forehead.
Alright.
I can't, because I have to do another